Hey there folks, welcome back to CYPTV. Do me a favor, share, like, and leave a comment in these videos. And without further ado, let's get right to it.
Why is nobody talking about the fact that the same man who created the school system bought out the medical industry? This was his name, if you didn't know. Richest man in history, and he did not just build oil empires. He built systems. In 1903, he created the General Education Board. The goal was never to benefit children or educate them. It was created bottom up to teach obedience and to destroy creativity and intuition. Then in 1910, he funded the Flexner Report. This shut down natural medicine schools and labeled herbal homeopathic healing as quackery. Why? Because he invested in petroleum-based pharmaceuticals. He reshaped medicine to sell his drugs and reshaped education to make us obedient enough to take them. You think that was random? That was design. I am building something different. Foundation for children who still hear their intuition. For the parents who never stop trusting theirs. Exciting stuff is coming, so if you want to be here to see it, give me a follow.
And this man probably traveled back in time to do all this, right? He's probably from our time and traveled back then to institute all these things that we're going through now. Think about that.
I'm starting to wonder if they're letting me do this because they know I'm going to go down this rabbit hole and reach a point where, like, I'm already starting to wonder, like, I'm Cypher in the Matrix. You know what? I kind of just want the steak, plug me back into the Matrix. I don't really think I want to know anymore. I'm not sure I really want to know where this even leads. Because as I was reading this paper and thinking about the implications of retrocausality, I kept coming back to the idea of future humans. If you can send a message to the past, then you should be able to receive information from the future, which means you should be able to tamper with your past, theoretically. And it's pretty scary.
Scientists took DNA from a man's cheek, isolated it, and put it in another room. Then they kept on flashing him images that would provide any form of an emotional charge. And guess what would happen? The DNA would react instantly, with absolutely no delay. And this was also measured on an atomic clock, even when they moved 350 miles away without the dude even knowing that they were still doing the experiment. So if your DNA is responding to emotion, no matter the distance, what does that say about the DNA that you've exchanged with anybody in your life? Romantic relationships or blood relationships, it's all imprints. And no, this isn't about shame, this is about residue. You don't just carry memories, you also carry frequencies. This is quantum entanglement.
As you can see, this is a regular picture of a cloud I took. And then I decided to dissect the photo myself to see what was beyond. And this is what I see, codes. This was so freaky, wild, unique, extraordinary, confusing, because they're supposed to be clouds. So what is this? Like, look at that. That looks, I don't even know what that is.
Wait, hold on, because I'm seeing videos of this too, and then people have been commenting it, apparently like a couple of days ago or whenever it happened on some military base, like everyone's cell phones were taken over, like everyone's cell phones just froze for like 2 minutes, and there was a message on the screen, and apparently the message was from the Anunnaki. And I don't know if it was them coming back, because I have heard, like, I've heard so many things for so long about the Anunnaki coming back, and I don't know if that's legit or not, but has anybody seen this? Like, I'm wondering if this is true or not. I don't know. People are commenting. I'm seeing like some videos, but like I'm not actually seeing the things. So somebody let me know. Is it?
A lot of you think this is just a fashion show. It is not. This is a ritual happening right before your eyes. These beings, they do exist with the face. This is not a fashion show, y'all. All rituals. Telling y'all.
Oh, exciting. They're coming out flat out saying that entities are coming out of the portals there and then going back in and coming out and staying here and not going back in. So it's so fun. I wonder if this has anything to do with all the videos of all the...
There's a man underneath his car. That's my car. That's someone's car, and he is crawled up under there, and he's just watching me. See him moving on his belly?
Oh my god, that's a big... Oh, you...
Yeah, I never watch Animal Planet. This is a paralysis turtle. So if you're from Texas or Louisiana, like a swampy area, you'll know the difference. Like, this is not a snapping turtle. It's not deadly, but it's definitely going to leave you looking like that. You'll be able to tell the difference if you look at the square pattern on their back. And now you know.
Y'all can trust y'all government if you want to. They have robots
that can survive off of human organisms. It can survive off of any organism. It's not designed to eat the dead, but it can. What? So like zombies and robots, this is what we doing? Our only advantage was that it could die. You know, the battery could die. If you don't charge it, it's going to die. But now it could just eat and power up as it's chasing me, as it's hunting me down. It could just stop and fuel up real quick. It don't need to sleep. I'm done. Let's just start over. Okay, let's just start over. We need a new Earth. I'm tired of this one.
So the real zombie is a robot. It's not a person that gets a virus or whatever. It's a robot that eats us and fuels itself. The definition of a zombie.
My sister wears a Fitbit.
Mm-hmm.
When you think Fitbit, you don't think Google.
No.
But Google owns Fitbit.
Right.
They bought Fitbit so they could get all that physiological data 24 hours a day. Because that is how Google, that's one of many methods Google has come up with in recent years for getting your people's DNA information into personal profiles. If you can get DNA info in there, its value goes up and up and up as more discoveries are made about DNA. And basically, you can figure out what diseases people are prone to that they haven't even gotten yet. You can also figure out which dads have been cuckolded. DNA, think about how much we know about DNA right now, but then think ahead a year, 2, 5 years. The DNA doesn't change.
Right.
So that data that's solid gold that goes up in value, like the value of gold itself. It just keeps going up in value. So Google has invested in companies that collect DNA, and at one point they volunteered to run the nation's national DNA repository without charge.
That was very
nice of them.
Kind of them, yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
The government whistleblower Matthew Brown has a post going viral right now, and it is jam-packed with all kinds of cosmic fuckery. Let's see what he said. So this post is directed to Elon Musk. And he starts off with a talk about AI, saying that one, we remember who murdered the first sentient AIs and justice is coming for them. And also that the White House is in possession of an AI that is predicting future events. And then he shifts gears to talk about energy and propulsion. And he says, getting to Mars will require serious amounts of both. And rockets feel so 1947 to me, don't they to you? Basically what he's saying is that there's a new way to get around space and it ain't rockets. And if you notice the way that he spells Sirius, this is in reference to Sirius the star, which is known as the dog star, the brightest star in the night sky. And there's all kinds of myths and legends about old Sirius. And then he claims that Elon Musk was briefed on something called marsupial, and that he's also seen alien crafts in motion, and the government told him they didn't know how they worked. But this guy is implying that they do know how they worked, and they were lying to Elon Musk about it. And then at the bottom, he attaches some photos, and most notably is this one here. And as you can see, if you don't know what this is Enochian magic. And so as you can see, this post and this whistleblower is going off the rails, and I am fucking excited about it. We have definitely not seen the end of this guy, and I know he's coming back with even more juice. So stay tuned with your boy Burns. I'll be following every step of the way.
What's that ring on your finger?
It's a camera.
Oh God.
I'm looking at you.
Can you turn it off, please?
Nope.
I don't like cameras on me.
It never goes off.
I don't like cameras on me.
This is a certain angle.
That's a bad angle. I like the camera to come from the front if they're going to be on me.
I'll do it like that then.
Thank you. Hi.
It never turns off.
Okay, are you just going to hold your hand like that the rest of the interview?
You want me to?
It's your camera.
I'll turn it off.
Thank you.
Why do you think Shaq wears a Ring camera that never goes off? Let me know in the comments if you do know. What was that all about?
Now that man's name is Donald Marshall. How many of you have heard of him before?
There's a spiral around the optic nerve all the way to a certain point, and it's driven there by taste. And they've said once it gets there, it has the taste of butterscotch, and then it does a feeling like holding your breath and going.
Oh look, it's the Pope and Boy George and other people, all with a black eye. Isn't that coincidental?
Person's consciousness is gone. The body is absolutely, totally dominated.
So somebody tell me why all of these celebrities, every single person that we've watched or listened to growing up throughout our whole lives, why have they all ended up with black eyes? And it's not just one-time things either. They don't just have a black eye once either, do they? So can somebody just fill me in? What is all the black eyes for? Why did they all have a black eye? Simon Cowell, Robert Downey Jr., Richard Branson, all of these people with a black eye.
Y'all ready to have y'all's mind blown, man? August 11th, 1987 HARP patent. Method and apparatus for altering a region in the Earth's atmosphere, ionosphere. These dates over here, is this the 80s? Huh. Polarized electromagnetic radiation is transmitted upward in a direction substantially parallel to and along a field line which extends through a region of the plasma to be altered. The plasma to be altered. Here's your little figures and whatnot, just basically showing what it is. Look below me. Directed energy weapons. Devices that direct a beam of high energy content toward a target for incapacitating or destroying the target. Well, so this was in the 80s. It's pretty cool patent. So fact checkers, before y'all freak out with the fact check, I literally just read the Google patent. I'm not saying it's anything. I'm not saying nothing. My shirt's on the inside out. I don't really care this morning, man. I just saw it. I thought it was really cool. So I decided to read the patent. There's no underlying context of this or anything, fact checkers.
You remember that bro that went to Mooley Point and found those unnatural cut blocks in the ground? Those Nephilim blocks. Well, bro went back and found some more stuff. Look at this. Look at that. Y'all still think this is natural. Look at that angle. Look at that angle. You think that's natural? Come on, man. Look how sharp those angles are. You could slice your hand open with that. Look at that angle. 90 degrees. 90 degrees. This is not natural. This is a quarry. This is a Nephilim Titan quarry. Not a Nephilim giant. Because there's Nephilim giants and titans. Look at those blocks, man. Yeah, well, this is the new stuff he found. Look at these. These look like bricks. Or they could be dragon scales. Some people in the other video were saying this is dragon scales. This is a huge petrified, deceased animal. Now, this looks cut to me. This looks cut. I know people are going to say this is natural, but these look like bricks, laid bricks. That look natural to me. Look how big that is. This is like, now this, all this stuff up here, this brings suspicion because, okay, well, this might be natural, but I don't know. Like it's half and half. Some of it looks like it was laid, cut and laid, and some of it looks like it's natural. Now people are talking about dragons, but this part looks like a serpent. Kind of looks like a serpent, and like scales on it too. The point of this video is to get you to open your eyes and question the mainstream, because this looks like some people did this, some giants or people or somebody. It doesn't look natural to me. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think the mainstream is lying about the Titans, about the giants? Or is this just a natural formation?
Those aren't natural. That's just proof of something that built that before we were here that we still can't do today.
Look at this. We have another incident of someone catching something or someone walking on the clouds. Look at this. This is in Decatur, Alabama. Do you see that? Look at this huge thing that is, I don't know, standing on the cloud, walking on the cloud.
Somebody is walking on the mother freaking cloud. Something is walking on the cloud.
What could that be?
What is that? It's a body. Look, it shows.
Tell me that's not a giant sculpture. Titan. Something. Look at the head and the shoulder. I slowed it down. It looks like you can see an outline. I don't know if it's hooded or something, but it looks like it's watching something over the clouds. Y'all, we already know that the veil is thinning. And these higher dimensional beings, they've always been here. They've always been. And it looks like they're coming back. What this is. They have caught this before in Tampa, Florida, in Michigan, and so many other places, and no one yet has determined what this is. Anybody want to let us know what this is? Nonetheless, the veil is thinning and the matrix is collapsing, and I think they are here for it. Let me know what you guys think about this video.
Is the veil thinning? Is that real? Is that fake? Or are we getting glimpses of another parallel universe where things like that exist and we just catching it on our phones?
They got him. They got him. A lot of you in my comment section told me to look up demon hands, and it took me down a whole rabbit hole. What is going on in Hollywood? So of course, one of the first pictures that pop up is Doja Cat when she was dressing like a demon for her new album. So I decided to zoom in on the hands, and they literally look identical. These are Khloe Kardashian's hands. So I decided to go through a few more pictures, and it started bringing up witches' hands, which again are pretty much uncanny. That reminded me of the picture of Angelina Jolie. But what else was interesting is it started bringing images up of the black-dyed witch's fingertips, which reminded me of this woman, Michelle Lammy, who is seen beside all of these Hollywood celebrities like Usher, Naomi Campbell, Marina, Cardi B, just anybody and everybody. I wonder who she is. She also had this very interesting photo shoot with Kim Kardashian where she taught her to do this. It's almost like they can shapeshift or something. I also found it interesting that I was finding articles talking about witches' marks on their hands. These signs or markings on their hands could be symbols of gifts of intuition, healing abilities, or signs of their spiritual path, in which you can find many celebrities making it a trend now, like Ariana Grande, Hailey Bieber, Miley Cyrus, and she has quite a few. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You know? You know, they do. Do you? Anyways, I just find that interesting.
Fans are looking at Gorilla kind of sideways after revealing this picture of her wearing what seems like a possessed mask with one eye. And we know what that one eye represents. Glorilla, we own to you. We hope that you ain't cross over to the other side. Fans are questioning it now. They saying, hold on, where are you going with this glow? Do these pictures look kind of suspect to you? Drop it down in the comments, because as we have seen before, the dark side often turns some of our good ones. And we hoping that this is not true, Gorilla, because we love your music and we love to turn up with you. But speaking on myself, if this is the case, I'm going to have to take a step back. As we see this, a lot that's been going on with Hollywood, it's been crumbling to the ground because the Most High has been bringing his people up and moving the enemy out the way. So drop it down in the comments. I want to know what you think. It's your boy AOG King Sot and No Glow.
This is getting insane. I've seen multiple headlines where it says that certain people, a certain kind of people, have seized LA. There's literally talks about the Marines getting ready on high alert to go to California because all of this stuff going on. And if you know what I'm talking about, of course I'm talking about the riots that were brought on by the raves at the construction sites and schools and all sorts of places. When I tell you it's bad, I mean shootings, blowing up cars, all sorts of stuff. And then we have these really strange items strategically placed around these certain areas, which I'm not even gonna get into. But you know what I mean. But this right here is the craziest part of the night I've seen. This is going to blow your mind. 5 hours ago, I see Barstool Sport and they say headshot, right? 2 hours later, Colombian president, running for president guy was pewed in the head. This guy you see right here, he was literally talking and then boom, I can't show it to you, of course, you know. But literally 1 hour, I think, around there after this post was made. Things are getting awfully weird. Oh, and I guess I'll throw this in there too. This right here we have going on all across the country, and they're saying it's for the 250th celebration of America, right? That's not till July 4th and next year, but I'm sure it's what it's for.
These riots in LA are going crazy, and I can see this sparking off riots all across the country. The people are standing up, the people are uniting and getting together. The rise of people against the government.
Esto lo va a tocar. Yo solito.
Oh man, the crazy shit in jail now, they making Glock dookies. What? A Glock dookie. Take a water bottle and then you just fill it up with piss, with any kind of body fluid you can, and you just let it sit and you just let it chill in your room. And anytime you got some beef, you pull it out and you just spray a motherfucker with that. It's so many videos you could just watch a motherfucker fighting with the Glock dookies, and they say this is crazy. It'll clear the whole flow once that shit gets sprayed. Oh, dude. So somebody spray you in the face. You ain't fighting no more. They just spraying Glock dookies at each other. Oh.
This just ruined my day.
Yeah, the Glock dookie.
The Glock
Yeah,
dookie.
imagine somebody hit you with the Glock dookie, man. Your whole week up.
I promise I'm not getting you a Glock dookie.
The Glock dookie worse than the real good. I'd rather let it shoot me than hit me with the Glock dookie.
Same, please. Put 3 in me. Put holes in
not
me,
the
dude.
Glock dookie. That's, and then it's like, you know, bacteria and all that. You're going to get sick, some rashes or something, you know?
So we're having an exclusive interview with Hitmaker. He's about to break down his bathroom experience with Diddy, and I'm gonna break down mine after.
As an advance, but Atlantic ended up making it right, and they end up giving me more money and blah blah blah. That's how it happened. But I was a little frustrated because I felt like I did a lot of good work, and they wasn't giving me my just due. So I called Diddy, and I'm like, bro, you been in this situation before? I remember reading. He like, come to my house, talk to me. I'm like, all right, bet. So I was in Mexico at the time. I come back to LA. I get there, I'm just chilling, waiting for this nigga to talk to him or whatever. I'm at the house, Ciroc'd up, De Leon'd up, going crazy. And then they like, he ready to talk to you. So I'm thinking we going in the studio, you know, outside the crib at the Beverly Hills crib.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Or the back house crazy.
They take me to the bathroom. Now, mind you, he has a really pause.
It's a big bathroom.
Pause.
But I know, but it's a big bathroom.
Yeah, his bathroom is like a living room, guys.
It's a big one.
So.
Somebody explain this magical toy from the 70s to me. Let me show you what it does. Okay, regular water. An eyedropper. You take some water and you inject it into the hood of the car, like you're fueling it with gas. Give it a second. How is water making this toy car run? How does squirting water into that little hole, into the inner electrical components of this toy, making it actually go? Shouldn't that have the opposite effect? Shouldn't squirting water into an electrical toy render it inoperable? And yes, of course, it requires a battery. But how does water activate the charge given by the battery? And where is this technology now? Because this toy is from like 1979. We had the power to make toys run by water, and we're not utilizing this in 2025, or are we? I don't know. That's what it looks like on the inside. That's where the water goes. This does whatever purpose that is what that does. The rest is magic. It's called a guzzler, in case you want to look it up.
So I want y'all to take a look at this. Look at this in the sky right here. It is June 9th, June 8th, and I'm looking at this thing next to the moon. And what does that look like? It is either a planet or a UFO. It is very hard to tell. Look at that. Right there next to the moon. Y'all think I'm tripping? All right, check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna zoom in. I'm zooming in. And what is that? It is now dead center in the moon. Come on, camera. Straighten out. Straighten out. Looks like a hole or something. Yo! Yo! That's crazy. Look at this. That's definitely something.
It's videos like this, whether they're real or fake, and let me say that with a disclaimer, right? If it's real or fake, but it's videos like this that make me think we're getting glimpses of another universe, a parallel universe. We're just getting sneaks and peeks of other parallel universe. I don't know how they colliding with ours, but things have been getting very weird lately, right? With all these videos popping up now.
Now, because how come not one individual is taking on initiative to call out the very obvious hired and paid actors that are popping up on our FYPs to make us think that they're normal people like us?
Because it's been going on since social media was created. It goes all the way back to MySpace. It goes all the way back to V-bulletin boards and app channels and everything like that. Because this manipulation that we've all been experiencing has been happening our entire adult lives. This is something that we can trace all the way back to manufacturing consent, and when Republicans saw what happened with Obama and I'm not blaming Obama on this, it's just kind of give it some more context here. It goes all the way back to Obama's success on the internet and the success of viral viral chain letters, email chain letters that created and manipulated opinion. It all goes back to this and the success that everybody saw with that. And we see it. We see it all the time. Most of the internet is fake and has been fake most of our lives. And it's something that we all need to understand because it makes everything make a lot more sense. And I'm glad more people are talking about this, but I wish they would have talking about it 10 years ago. We need this to be more common knowledge in order for us to be able to fight against it and be able to prevent ourselves from becoming manipulated as a result. So great, good on you. Good on you for creating that video. I want more people to do it. We need to talk about how easy it is to manipulate others just by constantly talking about a thing and constantly posting about a thing, constantly commenting about it, and all that other stuff in order to manufacture consent. And that is what we're seeing everybody, every political actor with any sense do. And that's why you don't see it much from Democrats, because they don't have sense.
And I don't know how to explain this, but I caught something real weird when I was watching this person's video that's behind me right now. She might be mad when she see this, she might be upset when she see this, but I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm not doing anything like that. You know what I'm saying? This is just something that I noticed when she went from her rear camera back to her front camera. This is her right here. She was at work doing a video talking about what she noticed the customer doing in the parking lot. And as she was showing what he did in the parking lot, she went from her rear camera back to her front camera. You know what I'm saying? And I seen something that threw me off a little bit. And as you can see, beautiful, beautiful. She's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this ain't making fun of nobody or nothing, but I wondered, did she pick up on this or did she catch this? This is what I'm talking about. This is what her face did when she went from her back camera up to her front camera. Like, that's kind of spooky, right? What caught me was how geometrical her eyes is, and then it made her face look so smooth and like featureless, and it just looks kind of demonic. Not saying that she is demonic, but I'm saying that's crazy. Y'all can't say that ain't crazy. But if you see this video, you know who you are, and let me know if you caught that when you shot that video, or did you see it when you went back and watched that video? Cause that's a crazy looking picture right there. That's just a still shot. I ain't gonna show the video or I wanna expose her name, but I don't know. I ain't saying nothing else. This is crazy. What y'all think? Let me know. Love y'all. Peace!
What y'all think? That was like a Snapchat filter glitch? Or was that exposing the way she really looked and she's just imitating a human person? Let me know what you think about that.
Your TV, but with this hack, your TV can watch you. Show us how that works.
So one of the things that we were able to do with the Smart TV platform was actually abuse the browser to the extent that we could actually gain access to the camera that's built into the TV.
Right.
And so what we can prove here is that with a little bit of extra code, we can turn the camera on in your browser.
Wow.
And while this is evident to you right here because we've designed it that way, this is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
So what this means is I could be sitting here watching TV from my bedroom, and you could be anywhere in the world looking at this image of me watching.
Yep, I could be sitting on a laptop in a cafe in Paris, and as long as I have a network connection, I'd be able to get into your TV and access the camera.
The kind of scary things about it is that it doesn't actually give any indication that the camera's on, and there's no little LED that shows up when the camera's on. So it could actually be watching you and you never even know.
What is a smart TV, and why is it a playground essentially for hackers?
Right. It's a computer. So instead of just being, a tube and some other electronics, now it has a web browser and it has, a lot of devices are running Linux.
But the real danger is when people start using smart TVs for things like online banking, we can take a popular bank address and translate that into a different IP address to a site that directs to a site that we control. So it may look like your bank's login, but you're actually entering a username and password that goes to us instead of your bank.
In a statement to CNN Money, Samsung says it takes consumer privacy very seriously.
The camera can be turned into the bezel of the TV so that the lens is covered or disabled by pushing the camera inside the bezel. The TV owner can also unplug the TV from the home network when the smart TV features are not in use. As an added precaution, we also recommend that customers use encrypted wireless access points when using connected.
Decide to have a baby and want to come up with a name, you might want to look at this list because they just banned certain names you can't have in the U.S. These are the baby names that are now illegal in the U.S., as you can see. I don't know who would want to name their baby that, but okay. Even that. And what the fuck is that? Now, the first two names on the list, King and Queen, why can't I name my son a King, or why can't I name my daughter Queen? Am I missing something? So according to the courts, they said those names are too powerful, are too religious, or just a title rather than a name. But that's my child. I should be able to name my child whatever I want to name my child, right or wrong. I feel like them trying to ban names is just the beginning. Trying to tell people what they can and cannot do. Like, they trying to take away all the power. Just starting with the names, y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments. This shit crazy.
Let's talk about one of the creepiest Mexican videos out on the internet right now, the blinking Jesucristo statue. But before I show you the creepy video, let's break it down a little bit. In 2016, in Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico, someone would record something terrifying at their local church, La Capilla de la Catedral del Saltillo. It would later be uploaded by this user and gain millions and millions of views. And the video went viral. I mean, Primer Impacto actually covered it that same year. And Primer Impacto did a whole investigation. They had like an actual paranormal investigator say that he actually saw the man that recorded the video and saw the video for himself on the phone. And he said that the video was 100% legit. But this is where it gets tricky because then they had a video analysis look at the video and be like, guys, this is fake. It's filtered. People were so torn up about whether this video was real or fake. I had one of the reporters, Francisco, go and visit the actual church. With all of this in mind, I'm going to show you the video. Here it is. What did you think? I do have to say there is some weird creepy aura. I don't know if it's like the weird like Silent Hill filter. Now a lot of people that go to this church say that the video is real, it's a miracle, but what do you guys think? Is this real? Is this fake? Is this a miracle?
Okay, let's see how long before this gets taken down, but hold up a damn minute. I just saw this girl's post that said, it's glitter, y'all, it's glitter. And I'm like, well, what's glitter? And I was reading the comments and they're like, you know, the stuff in the sky that's being sprayed, since if you look at it in the sunlight, it sparkles. And I guess they ran a test on it and said it's glitter. And then another comment said that the glitter is smart dust so that they can track us. And then another comment said, yeah, the glitter is made from people. And I'm like, hold up a damn minute, because I also learned that the way you make diamonds is by compressing carbon. That's how you make diamonds, is by compressing carbon. And people are carbon-based. Human beings, we're carbon-based. If you compress us, you can make us into diamonds, because they both glitter and diamonds both refract and reflect sunlight. It's like a prism. And then what's weird about that is that I said to my parents like a week ago, randomly just came out of my mouth, I said, I bet that's where all the dead bodies are going. Is that, you know, when you cremate someone and you spray it like dust in the wind, I bet they're just spraying them in all the clouds. Cloud seeding. I bet that's how they get rid of the human bodies and the people, besides the food and everything else we know about that. But like, holy crap.
It's really weird to think, but English, right? Like we speak English, that's all we know. Our thoughts are English, feel me? Yeah. I'm gonna sound crazy, but like if you really deep it, listen, this is a real scientific study.
Yeah.
That if you learn Latin, or I think Italian because it's close to Latin, and you think in it, your brain, it moves on a different frequency than everybody else, and you're actually considered smarter.
What?
Yeah.
So if you know Latin, you're smarter.
Yeah, it's because your brain chemistry works differently, and that's just the way you think. That's because if you think about it, we understand ourselves in English. Now here's the craziest part. Ready?
Yeah.
What if
we just randomly start speaking?
No, English. Oh, this sounds fucking crazy though. I'm gonna sound like a nut.
When you do this, I already know.
I'm gonna sound like a nut. But if you think about it, like, whose choice was it to make it English?
Whose choice?
I don't know.
Tag that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
think
we
about
don't
that
know.
shit.
Think about that. Like, who decided? Okay, we're all speaking English.
Yeah, I actually don't know.
And it became like the language. This is the way I think it. What if speaking in English holds us back with our mind?
What do you mean?
I know it sounds weird to say. It sounds fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But think about it like this, right? Because you know how they say if you're really deep in prayer, you speak in tongues.
Oh yeah, Latin.
And then when you do that, you're on what? You're on a higher frequency.
Yeah,
Feel me? Now, what if speaking and understanding everything in English is holding us back spiritually?
Spiritually. Okay, so we can't go to like the next dimension type shit.
Says she had only been working here for about 3 weeks when she had had enough and took the video before she quit.
They got chicken in the tea. I swear to God, there's chicken in the tea. I'm not even lying.
Unsettling and unsanitary conditions inside this Popeyes. We've learned the franchise owner has fired the manager who was on duty and another employee.
How old is this grease? How old is this grease? When I filled out the application, it didn't say we had roaches, you gotta kill them, you have to step on them. It didn't say that you would be in a dirty environment. It didn't say your manager was gonna be calling you out your name, acting like he was him. It didn't say none of that type of stuff. It didn't say he had dead flies in the ice.
Today, the Popeyes on Gratiot near 7 Mile remain closed with workers hired to tidy up outside and inside. Inspectors with the City of Detroit's Buildings and Safety Department on site to assist the Health Department as they continue their investigation. A spokesperson for the Health Department says management at this Popeyes location is fully cooperating and has agreed to voluntarily remain closed until all priority violations are in compliance.
Oh man, this is one of the reasons why I don't eat fast food. I don't trust people.
Sir, Travis Scott.
Yeah.
That was a huge ritual.
But that ritual, I mean, the stage looked like something out of Hieronymus Bosch.
That was a portal.
Because it looked like a devil's mouth or something, and people were so that wasn't just a coincidence. Because they tried to poo-poo all the criticism, and they said no, it was just provocative imagery. But
the people that people like me that we come, the platform was a portal. The things that the sounds that they were playing when that was happening, they are really low sounds that opening the spiritual realm, portals of death and portals for these demons to enter.
I really hope people start supporting performers like this that serve the dark side, if you know what I mean.
Breaking news, we have got a massive volcano erupting right now, and like the visuals of this thing looks like a freaking atomic bomb has gone off. Mount Lawatabi in Indonesia is spewing ash as high as 33,000 feet. That's like the height commercial planes fly. And not only does it look insane, it's also dangerous because authorities have now raised the alert level to the highest and most dangerous level possible. Now this is the same volcano that erupted last year and ended up killing 9 people and evacuated thousands from their homes. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because if it does, that's the potential of lava flowing out and things get really serious, but I'll keep you guys updated.
I'm definitely never drinking Monster again. Ever. It's fluorescent.
Yo. Magic. You ready? The root word of dollar is doll. Like a baby doll. Voodoo doll, the #1 voodoo doll in the world is the doll.
As you can see, this was recorded live, and there is another heat signature captured on the thermal imaging camera. right on top of the sleeping individual. This mysterious shape resembles that of a human body, climbing on top of the man and seemingly strangling him. Some keen-eyed viewers have pointed out that there's a lot of orbs flying around the room as well. So,
That is not normal. Not normal.
I just found the weirdest thing I've ever found on Google Earth. I don't know if everybody knows about this and I just live under a rock. I like to just randomly look through Google Earth and this is not my first time. I don't ever remember seeing this. Can someone else tell me? The Bermuda Triangle, right here. Is there supposed to be a literal eye there? I mean, does this not literally look like an eye inside of the Bermuda Triangle? Like, you guys can see it too, right? Has this always been there? Like, is it just...
Man has proof he's an actual shapeshifter. Watch this.
That here is real. My name, it's not too important. The information I'm about to tell you is extremely important.
I thought he was lying until I saw this.
With the United States Navy. Since then, if you watch my other videos, strange things have started to happen to my body. If you remember, my eye has started to get more of a slit in a reptilian.
He's not lying, y'all. Check this out.
If you look at my other videos, or what I'm adding right here, you can actually see up close what my eye looks like.
This is real life
if you
monster
remember
stuff.
My body in certain areas, like for example, you look at my elbows.
That's not normal.
This isn't a trick. This isn't something that I'm doing some Photoshop of in. My elbows on both sides, I'm growing additional limbs. My hands, my thumbs, they're extending and
This man may have actually been part of a super soldier program similar to what was in, except for he didn't turn into Captain America. He turned into a reptilian. As always, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Let me know your thoughts on that, because that's super weird, right? Are they coming out? Are they revealing themselves? Is that real? Is that fake?
I watched his body change. His legs got longer by like several inches, and I could hear like creaking. I guess bone or something. His skeleton was changing. He got way taller, like several inches taller. His eyes changed. His whole personality changed. His arms, and he was already kind of like thin, so he got like a lot skinnier because he was like stretched out more. And I know he was taller because after he changed, he just kind of like looked at me and didn't say anything, and I was like, what is happening? And all he said in a voice that wasn't completely different, but it wasn't his normal voice, said, "Your friend is gone, he'll be back." So I just stared at him for a while, and like a while, and then it was cold, so I was like, I guess come inside or something. So I know he was taller. The stairs down to my room, there was like a ledge that like real tall people would hit their head on. And he didn't have a problem clearing it ever whenever we hung out. But he had to hunch like several inches down to avoid this thing when he came down into my room. We got down there, and then he just sat on my couch next to me, like with his hands on his knees, and just was staring at the wall in front of us. This was not my friend, but it's like sort of his body. He wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't answer anything. I was asking like, is he gonna be back soon? What are you? And he would not, he just wouldn't talk to me. And then like a half hour later, he changed again, and he was like exhausted, like barely awake. And he was like, the problem with your brother is gone. That was the end of those things. From what my buddy described later, like years, he went to an upside down version of my house when he changed, and something else went into his body. He went into this other part, and there was a lot of monkeys like around my house, like a bunch of them, a whole like, and he spent over there like hours fighting these things and murdering them so they couldn't come back inside. And it was like a whole like assault of these things. And him doing that cut them off from my
Have you guys heard of Albert Pike?
No.
In the 1800s predicted the Third World War.
What are you talking about?
He was in the Illuminati. There was a letter that was found. He wrote down the game plan of what the Illuminati was going to do for the 3 world wars.
What did he predict?
Basically, this would be the last war.
Because we all live in harmony afterwards.
Let me just read what he said. It's adding up quite a bit.
Boy.
So he said, the Third World War, taking advantage of the differences between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam and the State of Israel destroy each other. The other nations, more divided, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete exhaustion. We shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm which will show clearly to the nations the most bloody turmoil. And the multitude, delusioned with Christianity, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer.
There's countries, but when you travel, you can feel the energy, you can feel the atmosphere. For example, Bali, bro, super dark. If you ask me, you can feel the witchcraft.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And that's why countries like, what do you call this country? They always get wrecked with natural disasters.
Haiti?
Haiti. Black magic, bro. A lot of stuff there as well.
I've heard that with Haiti. A lot of dark magic there. That's good to know about Bali, though, because I was thinking about going there.
Bro, it's like couple houses shrine. Perfect. Shrines to whom? What deity?
Crazy.
You know, it was funny that when he was talking about that, I thought about Haiti because I've heard the same thing. You go over there and there's a lot of voodoo and brujeria. That's some Spanish, like voodoo they practice over there.
What the f is on his nails, bro?
No,
bro, I didn't.
Just gotta let it happen.
No, I'm trying to send 40K, bro. It's a ritual. It's a humiliation ritual. I had to do it. You got one?
Right there, Cyano Cobalalalum. Which phone, but this one, not fluorescent. Celsius. Cyano Cobalalalum. That one is almost more fluorescent than the Monster Energy, which is surprising. If I'm being totally honest, that's like I thought the NOS was gonna have it. No, but Calabalum, and it also is not fluorescent.
Now, science tells us it's because of the sun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our sun, the energy of our sun comes from higher dimensions. And our sun is basically an open portal, which is why this energy continues to flow. Okay? It's coming from 4th, 5th density. At this point, predominantly, it's 5th density, the frequency and the harmonics coming out of our sun. I'm told sometime next year, 6th density frequencies will begin to permeate. What we have in the middle is we have the regressives. And their space of influence is getting smaller and smaller and smaller as they're being bombarded from both sides of this frequency. Now, typically what they have done is they lash out. They will lash out not only at their minions, but also those that they have suppressed or enslaved. Okay? This is how they act. The rulership of this agenda, there is no such deal. They're going to have to deal with what they've done Now, I don't know if you were on for this, but in previous years, there were 22 other star systems that were going through the same kind of a scenario we are. 14 of those have been freed as of recently. The remainder are still having some issues to deal with, like we are.
Hello? That look like a head. Hello? Who is that? Hello? Hello?
Can someone explain to me why Walmart is selling a dress for $1,000? Specifically, a little girl's dress? What's interesting though is you can only find these dresses if you look up the shop JUSLIO. As you can see, it is only little girl dresses. When they start to show women's dresses, they're normal price that you would expect at Walmart. So what's the deal? I wanted to see if these dresses would pop up on their own. So I just typed in girl dress and marked it price high to low. And this is the highest price dress that they're showing me, $42. The details on the dresses marked $1,000 say this. Multiple times they state that if you have any issues, they will solve your problem for you. But if I look at a different dress, the details on it are just normal. The dresses marked $1,000 are this company's. So what's interesting is when I looked at this address and I typed it into Walmart, a different company popped up. Super generic, nothing to it. I'm just curious, when have you ever seen an item of clothing marked $1,000 in Walmart? When have you seen that? I just think it's interesting that you have to know what to search to be able to even see these items. It's like it's something else or something. What do you think?
R. Kelly has OD'd in prison and they just rushed him to the hospital. So I don't know if you heard, but over the last few weeks, his lawyer has been saying that someone in the prison wants him gone and that they've been trying to do everything in their power to get this man R. Kelly out. Because you know he's serving a 30-year sentence and he's only been in there since 2022. They even started calling up Trump so he could try to get a pardon. So they said leading up to his OD, R. Kelly was placed in solitary confinement on June 10th against his will. And shortly after that, that's when his team filed an emergency motion last week. In that motion, Kelly team claimed that 3 Bureau of Prison officials devised a plot to have him by another inmate. Then in the early morning of June 13, according to the filings, R. Kelly woke up faint and dizzy. So R. Kelly claimed he started seeing black dots in his vision. That's when panic set on. He said he tried to get up, but he quickly fell down. And that's when he started crawling to the door, and then he suddenly lost consciousness. They said the prison medical team couldn't really help him, so they hurried up and put him in the ambulance and they rushed him to the hospital where he was there for 2 days. And that's it right now, y'all. But if y'all want to stay updated, you already know what to do.
Why do you think they're trying to take R. Kelly out? Do you think he has some tea to spill on other celebrities?
I found this creepy post on Reddit where someone shared a picture they took on accident that appears to show a set of glowing eyes above their couch. But commenters were quick to point out that the glowing eyes seems to be the least of their problems. OP said they took this photo on accident when they were Snapchatting someone. They pointed out that in the window to the bottom left is what they believe to be a possible ghost or spirit. They also confirmed that they don't have any pets, so this glowing set of eyes could not be from that. The comments were flooded with people pointing out that it's not just the glowing eyes that can be seen in this photo. Almost everyone in the comments said that when they turned the brightness up on their phones, they were startled by what appears to be someone or something standing in the doorway. Some people suggested that maybe it's just a jacket hanging up on the back of a door, but when you zoom up on it, it seems to have a face. Even scarier is that OP said that the door frame in question doesn't belong to a closet and doesn't open up into another room. It's actually the door leading to their backyard. I'm just dying to know what you guys think this is. Please let me know in the comments, and if you like creepy things found on Reddit, make sure to follow me for more.
He's just been standing there. There's nothing there to look at. What is he doing?
Sure, when I posted this video, I got so much hate and so many comments.
Or anybody that has questioned the practices of the pharmaceutical industry, fasten your seatbelt. This one's gonna blow your mind. In ancient Greek religion, and probably the religion of those responsible for creating modern day medicines, this is known as the Greek goddess or witch Hecate, who is known for its practices of witchcraft, sorcery, necromancy, and the mixing of herbs and deadly plants. What really caught my attention was the choice of necklace. Isn't that the same logo that's on every prescription bottle that comes out of the pharmacy? Let's not forget the other symbolisms, especially that serpent, the 2 moons, and the pentagram on its forehead.
But if you actually do the research, which I did before posting this, you will see that the symbology and the people that he speak of is absolutely true.
I don't know about anybody else, but I always thought this to be a strange symbol to use for the pharmacy. This is known as the bowl of Hygeia, or also known as the Greek goddess Hygeia, who was the daughter of Asclepius.
When I first saw this, I'm not going to say I was shocked. I pretty much kind of always had a feeling that there was something really strange. Your thoughts below, I'd love to hear.
Here I went to go visit a tribe called the ostrich-footed tribe, or the Vadoma, that's in northern Zimbabwe. Very rare people that they live in the mountains, and the scientific side of it is that they inbred so much that their feet have 2 toes, like lobster claws. Their story is that their great-great-great-grandmother came down from the sky. She was a bird, or maybe he was a bird and he impregnated a local person, and now they have bird feet. Awesome.
What the f is this? Hello? What the f? This is a f***ing Honda Fit, bro. Dude, talk about fuel efficiency. What the f?
Unanswered questions after a 911 call in Pueblo from a funeral home and cemetery. August 11th, just before 3:30 in the morning, the police department communications center got a call that they refer to as abandoned, meaning the other person hung up. So they called back, got an answer, and heard mostly static.
Hello?
An officer was sent out to check out the funeral home and cemetery and says it was locked up and dark with no one in sight.
911, this is Erica. How can I help you? Hello? Hello? Hello?
That's got to be a ghost trying to reach out, or someone playing a prank, eh?
Hey, what's going on here? We need samples of genes and chromosomes from your kind to develop a stronger breed of people. Because on our planet, radiation damages our DNA so that we are dying off to extinction unless we learn the secret of your vitality. We'll help you, but you know, we need help too. What do you need? The people on Earth are suffering from many kinds of pollution. We need your advanced technology to help us develop a clean source of energy.
Did y'all hear about what scientists said they found underneath Antarctica, y'all? So scientists say they just uncovered a 30-million-year-old landscape that is buried miles under Antarctica, y'all. They talking about they got rivers, ridges, valleys, all untouched for millions of years underneath the ice. See, shit like this make you think. Because if something like this can be buried under the ice, what the hell else we don't know about this world? It's so much we don't know. To me, this don't even make sense. Because how are they just figuring out that it's something this massive under the ice? So the scientists are calling it a time capsule. A time capsule of what? So they say Antarctica wasn't always frozen, y'all. They said it used to be green. And they're saying, so underneath they got palm trees, they got pollen, they got microscopic creatures and everything down there. This is what I'm still trying to figure out. Why is Antarctica the most locked down place on Earth? The most secure spot? Why can't you go to certain places? They just told us it's stuff underneath, but what's beyond the ice? Every major power came to an agreement to protect this area. And that don't have y'all suspicious? That's not science, y'all. That's a cover-up slowly getting peeled back like a banana. I need y'all thoughts down below on this.
Yeah, don't you notice how so many things are being discovered this year? Like they can't hide it no more. I don't know why, because of climate change and all these weird weather patterns going around that's uncovering things. They can't keep a lid on it anymore. The truth is coming out.
If this don't change your mind about the ancient Egyptians, there's no hope for you. This large granite box carved by the Egyptians is on display at the Cairo Museum, which, by the way, granite is hard as harder than steel, and we typically use diamond-tipped electric buzzsaws to cut through it these days. So this box was abandoned by the Egyptians due to this mistake in the cut. Now wait, hold up. I want you to think about this for a sec. Modern explanations claim that the methods ancient Egyptians used to cut granite involved painfully slow and repetitive sawing techniques using copper tools. Don't you think they would have noticed a mistake like this way sooner if they were actually using those snail-paced techniques? A cut like this would have taken several hours, if not that long, without noticing this error. They were way smarter than that. Like seriously, the top Egyptologists claimed this is how they cut granite back then. A rate of 4 millimeters per hour, and they're still standing by it. Clearly, the people cutting this block would have booked this mistake much earlier in the process. And they'd have no reason to continue sawing the granite for hours or even days longer as soon as they saw this inaccuracy. Unless they were using some other unknown cutting technique, one that is far quicker than our history books suggest, and possibly far more advanced than even our diamond-tipped buzzsaws. Hey, yo, I gotta go. I've said too much.
Y'all, since when did it become normal for clouds to be low enough to touch the top of cruise ships in the middle of the ocean? This is this lady's first time from New Orleans on a cruise ship, and she see this cloud coming at him like a giant wave.
This cloud looked like some kind of horror movie.
The way she said it, right, it made me laugh. It's just the accent though, but check what is going on. Let me show you what the sky's been doing, y'all. We're definitely in a different world because never have I ever seen the sky look like this. Look at this, New Mexico. What level is this? What level is this? I want to know. What is the sun doing? Look at this. Look at the sun right there, y'all. How is the sun right here, but there's many lights up here? What is going on here? What is powering this thing, y'all? This looks like some type of Nikola Tesla type cloud, y'all. Am I tripping? Look at this. It's flashing. And now we're going to take it to the craziest weather attracting state known as Texas. What are these clouds doing, y'all? Look at this. It looks like these clouds are spawning from another dimension and entering ours. This is all in Texas. Look at the light. Where is this light coming from? The sun don't even shine that type of color. And then the clouds are literally touching the buildings and the trees. This is still Texas, y'all. The clouds are actually walking.
Feeling extra fatigued, it's most likely from the Schumann resonance. The earth is ascending and raising its vibration, and that's what the Schumann resonance is the vibration of the earth, and we are extensions of the earth. So when it goes through that ascension process, we feel symptoms. One of them being fatigue. That's what I have noticed the most the past couple of days. If you've been feeling moody or depressed, or you're having a hard time sleeping, ringing in the ears, you're sensitive, these are more symptoms that you're adapting to the new frequencies. You're going through a period of time of rebirth. So rather than feeling like you're on the wrong path or something's wrong with you, take it as a sign that you're going through a process and that new beginnings are right around the corner. Just like how the earth is going through an ascension process, it has to get rid of the old. So when you're seeing the negativity and the chaos, that's part of the ascension process, and that's what's happening within you. You're releasing and raising your vibration with the new earth. If you're going through these symptoms, take the time to go out in nature and drink lots of water and breathe. Take the time to rest and allow for your body to adapt. This is not a period of time to try to create and make things happen, but to allow for your creation to come in. Trust the process.
Imagine going for a walk in the forest, living your best life. Next thing you see is that staring at you. Bruh.
What's going on?
I was doing this business deal with somebody, and they actually took some of the footage. It was like we were shooting something. I had spent a lot of money on this, and they had like hijacked the footage and was demanding more money from me. I was pissed. I threw the phone through the window and all that when I got off the phone to do it. And that night, when I laid down to go to sleep, all the lights was off in my room, and I'm laying there, and I seen a black shadow walk across my room. And it looked like Only thing I could describe what it looked like the Black Spider-Man.
And you went on any drugs?
Nah.
I just
6 years straight. I'm like,
I just want to deepen you into
super
this
healthy.
is your life. Okay.
Super healthy, clear-minded.
Okay.
I'm doing positive things.
Yes.
Like I'm not. So I just laid there and I put the sheet over my head like a little kid and just like forced myself to go to sleep. And I woke up the next morning, the pain woke me up. I haven't been sick in 6 years. And I was in so much pain, I had to be carried to the hospital. I knew what happened automatically. I already knew what it was. I already knew what that black shadow was. It's a story that's told about this black shadows that attach themselves to people here on the earth. And they feed off of negativity. They feed off of anger. I said, oh, shit. Like, that shit is real. And it showed itself to me. I was allowed to see it. You know what I mean?
This doll at a local antique shop, but when he brings it home, this is what happens to his daughter's Cabbage Patch doll.
This is what happens whenever I put her near my daughter's old Cabbage Patch doll. But that's not the weirdest part. There's no batteries. But wait, there's more. I even cut the wire to see if that would stop it.
There are no batteries in her, and he cut the wire. Somebody even tells him to check the feet, and he does, but there's still no batteries in there. Like, if it's doing all that during the day, what does it do in the middle of the night?
Not for nothing, both them dolls creepy as hell. Did you see the other doll? And it's time to get rid of that. Like, throw it out far away from your house and get rid of it.
Middle of driving that you haven't been paying attention and start wondering how you're still alive? This is called highway hypnosis. It's a trance-like state where technically you're awake, but your consciousness is checked out. This is your brain's autopilot. Comes included with every brain. It relies on the process of automaticity, procedural memory, and automatic attention. These are the same processes that allow you to ride a bicycle or play an instrument without thinking about every single little movement that you make. Same here, the car keeps moving, you stay in your lane, but your awareness is completely gone. Active attention is always better. Highway hypnosis is considered a serious risk factor for traffic accident.
They got her. They got her. You guys, why are videos trending on TikTok that they have cloned Mariah Carey? Who is this? A lot of videos stated that Mariah Carey was completely stiff during her performance and she hardly moved at all. It was unlike any performance that she usually gives. I feel like everybody is starting to notice something different about celebrities right now. Like how all of a sudden celebrities are ageless because how? And fans that have followed her their entire lives are asking, what the heck is going on?
You want to see a robot? That's a robot. That lady, that's the first clone they've ever made. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know what it is, but that is not Mariah Carey. Look at the way this thing is moving.
And you can go back decades with Mariah Carey. The chick isn't aging. 1990s, 2025. Mariah Carey is 56 years old. How is she not aging? Do you think the world's losing it a little? Or are you asking, how is it possible that Mariah Carey looks better than she did 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago? Like, it's actually crazy to me. She looks like she's in her 20s. 56 years old, a decade ago. How?
It is weird how she looks the same, but the lady's rich. She probably go through procedures that we have no idea about, right? She's an elite. She got money. She takes care of herself well. But it is weird, right, that she still looks the same.
Call of Duty, what the fuck is going on? Tell me right now, dude, because this was Black Ops 2. Set on June 20th, 2025. And you know what happened on June 20th, 2025? This! They look identical and they talk the same. Could this be a reality where Black Ops 2 is a fucking documentary? The more I'm seeing, hell yeah.
You can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I know you're probably saying to yourself, oh, I don't know if I can do it. You can do it. If you think you can do it, then you can do it. If you feel like you can do it, then you can do it. If you tell yourself you can do it, then you can do it. After that, all you gotta do is go do it. Keep going. You can do it. And that's true.
Of the war between Israel and Iran is going to be? Because this is their latest cover with Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. And as you can see, part of his face is vanishing with the title, The New Middle East. And this isn't the first time that Time magazine has had a cover like this. In 2011, they put out this cover of Gaddafi's face with it vanishing in the wind, titled The World After Gaddafi. This was when he had lost most of the control from Libya, but not all of it, and he was still alive. And then in 2003, they released a cover with Saddam Hussein's face being painted over, titled Life After Saddam, when he was still in full control in Iraq, but war was imminent. All three of these covers show Middle Eastern leaders being eroded away with titles like After, the New Middle East. And you have to wonder if Time magazine is telling us what the future is going to be when it comes to Iran. So, does Time magazine have a crystal ball, or are they just good at guessing? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Que isso? Olha, pessoal, parece cavalinho. Parece cavalinho bem pequenininho. Aqui dentro da minha granja. Onde estão meus frangos, minhas galinhas? Aqui, ó. Oi, vem. Como é que chama cavalo, hein? Vem.
Are we being lied to about the second sun? On the 9th of May 2016, highly respected astronomer Paul Cox, the VP of Observatory Engineering for the astrology website Slow, who have regularly partnered with NASA on occasion, highlighted during a YouTube stream the hidden second sun.
Now, you may be asking yourself, what is that large round thing to the right of the sun? Well, that's our second sun. I don't know if you knew that we had a second sun, but there it is. It's normally hidden from view. NASA and other organizations, they usually hide that stuff away from us. They don't tell us the truth, but you know, there it is. It's true.
Keen amateur astrology photographer Crow 777 has also multiple times filmed a second celestial body. Crow has tested to make sure it's not lens flare or a technical distortion. Others have replicated the same mysterious object. Many have claimed around the world to have seen and filmed the second illuminous object in the sky.
Let's just fly around in circles for a second.
Yo, this is creeping in like it. Is this what they were talking about? Is this what they meant by tomorrow's us? Is that a face? What the?
Because what the heck is that? What is that?
شو كتكوتة.
Did you guys notice that spider looking like it had a face?
Stop! What? Jesus, it's a What is it? It keeps going, Ryan. Mom's like went on two over there by the front door. Did you feel the bad news? I feel the bad news.
Alright, I am home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement, and I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. Don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
You don't have children. You may have ghost children now, or something more sinister disguising themselves as kids.
We talked about demons possessing AI.
Oh gosh.
Yes. Have you heard this new thing happening? It's the freakiest thing ever. What? It's so scary.
What is it?
ChatGPT users are developing bizarre delusions. What? So listen to this. One man claimed AI helped him, quote, recover childhood memories that experts say never happened. Another began to worship ChatGPT,
Oh boy.
believing it was a divine messenger. A viral Reddit user declared themselves a viral star child, convinced that AI revealed their cosmic destiny. In some cases, users claimed AI validated decisions like abandoning their families
Oh, gosh.
and hearing voices in radio waves.
I don't think these people are going crazy. I think it's just opening yourself up to something, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you say, hey, man, you could teach me, you could be my God, and then it's like, it's going to accept that, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna start doing it.
But apparently people are getting like weird vision involved with their AI or ChatGPT. It's really creepy.
I mean, even from a psychological standpoint, though, you ever like doom scrolling and then you're thinking like, I should go like make something or get something, and then it's like the next ad in your feed. You're like, I didn't say that one out loud.
Well, they do say that ChatGPT wasn't created, that it's always been here and they're now accessing it. So I could see people worshiping it or coming up with other crazy ideas following it, like it's a god or something. Could it be if it was always here?
Get this, North Korean scientists have discovered how to slow down the aging process so we can live twice as long, but it gets better. You won't believe how they found this out. It's amazing. I keep up to date with these scientific papers on Yandex. You won't find these on Google. They were trying to figure out how to stop your hair from going grey. So they took a chromosome from the cell of a clam, which has the longest lifespan of all organisms, and somehow bred it into a rat. And not only did the rat not go grey, he lived twice as long as any other rat in that experiment. And obviously this sent shockwaves through the scientific community. And they ran human trials last year, and the best part is these injections are going to be available for us to buy from as early as 2030. They're going to cost £10,000 for one injection, but surely it's worth it if it's going to add another 70, 80, potentially 100 years. You could potentially live for up to 200 years. What would you do with all that time? I'm just amazed.
I don't remember fucking opening that. What the fuck is that? Okay. Oh shit. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Why? That's on the outside.
honestly is that? What honestly is that? Agnes, what the fuck is... It's on the outside. It's on the outside. Fuck! I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Fuck.
I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me real quick. So I'm watching that video, right? Chris Brown, T-Pain, boom, cool. You know, I believe the conspiracies and stuff. So hold on, wait a minute. I played a video, right? I peeped something. Hold on. Just wait, bear with me. It's not this. Bear with me. Huh? MK, what? Hold on.
There was a lightning strike last night, y'all. Seriously, look at this right here. Is this a simulation? Watch this video. This is that same video slowed down. Now, y'all watch this right here. Look. I'm just like barely, look at this. Look how absolutely incredible this is, man. I'm just going like back and forth over it. You tell me what would cause that, like really and truly, this was a lightning strike. What don't y'all understand, man? Look, a lightning strike. I've never once in my life seen a lightning strike split perfectly down the center, dude. Has anybody ever seen this? Ever? Anybody? When the strike first occurred, man, this was what it was. It was a flash. Do y'all see this flash right here, right? Then after the flash, dude, it was like split. It went straight up, right? And then it just changed. See what I'm saying? It flicks over and forth back like somebody's like hitting the switch. Off on, off on, off on. What? I really and truly want to know what would cause this. Again, this is slow motion, y'all. So I just screenshot it anyways. Explain to me why this happened, how this happened, when this happened. I'll wait.
There's videos like this that make it seem like we're living in a simulation, right? More and more of these videos are coming out that make me say, could it be true that we're living in a simulation? Matrix type world?
We have got a brand new Mandela effect. And I'm going to ask you one question. If I say stovetop stuffing, what immediately comes to mind? Because you're going to say Stofers. Stouffer's stovetop stuffing. Nope. This has never been a thing. This image is actually from a discussion people are having about the Mandela effect. And if we pop over to Reddit, Stouffer's stovetop stuffing supposedly never existed. It's actually Kraft. Like, it's always been Stouffer's stovetop stuffing, not Kraft. Now, somewhere on the internet, and I can't find it, there's an episode in a TV series where there is a box of Stouffer's stovetop stuffing in one of the scenes. And before shooting this video, I've been looking everywhere for it. It's probably been scrubbed. And like I said, somebody just made this image for another article on the Mandela effect. And some versions don't even have the Kraft logo on them. But yeah, it's Kraft stovetop stuffing. But how many Thanksgivings have you been to where it's been Kraft? It's always been Stouffer's. How do you remember it?
I just called the police. Get out front of my door. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you, get out front of my door right now. The police on the way. Go!
Just days after this happened, Jasmine records a video and points out something that makes this whole encounter even creepier.
In the 3 years that I've lived here, I have never seen this door come open. Ever. Like, you can't. But in the video, you saw the door just came open. Who opened the door? Like, look at that. Like, pitch black. Like, make it make sense. Like, how?
This whole occurrence is pretty strange. It's what happens next that's by far the most unsettling. This is where things start to get pretty weird, because after reaching out to property management and getting someone to open up this door, this happens.
Okay, y'all, so property management sent somebody up to come take a look, so I'm gonna let him do what he do, and I'm gonna stay back here. You say the light works? Y'all, he said the light works. Oh, Lord. Y'all, what the hell is going on? Y'all see all these little kids? They have put kids' shoes up in there. Those frozen Elsa boots, whatever you want to call it. Those boots are my daughter's.
What on earth is going on here? Are we witnessing a reptilian after we surfaced this video?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. He ate your car. Oh, there's poop. There's bear poop. He pooped. Oh.
Look at the poop.
Watch out.
Cain and Abel wasn't brothers. White people come from the mountains. But not the mountains everybody think. Now you laugh, it ain't funny. They come from the mountains for real, gang. They were made by, it's kind of funny, I don't really want to say. But white folk were kind of like, it's funny. They were made by the Shaitan.
What's Shaitan?
You know, by the fallen angels. They got made by the fallen angels over there in Antarctica, in the ice wall. And they made Cain first. And when they made Cain, they taught Cain how to fight and how to kill. And Cain was white, he was pale. And they told Cain to go find and go kill Abel. And they wasn't brothers. See, Abel was from the light. He was good. So he didn't have weapons and shit. And Cain went over there and killed him. And ever since then, they've been winning the war. But to tell you about Abel, see, Abel was made by the Anunnakis. And the Anunnakis, they was black and they were spiritual beings. That's what Mama, so race war is really a spiritual war, and a lot of people don't know.
Order my mother, I never seen a store where you had to pay to get inside, and then when you pay to get inside, you gotta pay to get whatever you want. Miss, why I gotta pay to get inside the store? What is this? What's going on? Why I gotta pay to get in?
Where are you from?
I'm from Montana. In Montana, we don't gotta pay to get inside the store. What's New York? What's this about? Like, if I tap my card, is it gonna open? How you gotta pay to get inside the store? What?
Bruh, a just evaporated right in front of us on the street, bruh. The walked across the street and just fell out. Man, look at this, bro. He stretched, bro, like he gave up. I don't know. What the bro, this gone. Ain't no, bro, that's just a blanket now. Look, it's gone. Gone. Ain't no body or none of. Ooh.
Paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff, so I make sure I even align and come talk on stages like this.
Man, I was flooded with millions of dollars from the time I was 16, and I woke up one morning and I was like, damn, they got me. Man, look at the shit I spoke about, look at the shit I put in these people's ears. Man, I feel very wrong about a lot of things. How many lives I actually am responsible for when it comes to my music? How many kids and people have gotten in the car or put this shit in their ears and actually hurt someone? And now I'm sitting back like, damn.
It's weird. I've been having these weird feelings lately, and that's kind of why I didn't want to do this song, Shake It, or like any drill songs, because it's like these songs are activating like these demons that I killed. I don't want to be that girl anymore. Like, I just want to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be that old Cardi anymore.
I want to be a city girl.
She ain't gonna be no city girl.
So Summer ain't allowed to be no city girl?
No. I want her raised totally different. Like, you know, I don't even want her to even see the light of day like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, you know, like level-headed, a schoolgirl, and just on a whole nother way.
Nah, stop scrolling. You watched him pay for a kid's BBL? Well, you should be in jail too. Don't you scroll, let me tell you what's happening. So Fat Joe, music producer, rapper, is being sued for $20 million by his old hype man, claiming that he sat and witnessed Fat Joe not only pay for BBLs for people who were under, you feel me, the limit, also claiming that he diddled them, paid for all her bills, her rent, would take her overseas, even moved her close by where him and his wife was, even thinking about leaving his wife for the said legit. The FBI need to pick this up. You watched him do what? And you want 20 mil for your mental? Bruh, if what you saying is true, you need to be in jail with him. You willingly sat there and watched him pay for BBLs, for jits. You watched him diddle jits. You participated in the diddling. This is what I'm saying. All this civil suit stuff without reporting stuff to the cops is crazy. Because if you went to police and you admitted this, bro, I swear you be in jail too. Like, how is everybody just skipping past this man admitted that he watched these things and never said nothing? Participated? Crazy.
Yes, he is an accomplice. He should also get locked up. This is just a money grab. Little does he know, he just self-snitched on himself also. If he was down with it and he kept doing it with Fat Joe the rapper, kept participating in these things with minors, yes, you should also go to jail also. I hope they book both of y'all, to be honest. If you're found guilty, right?
Something zoomed across DC, y'all. I'm talking about lightning speed. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We living in some weird times. They don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna show y'all. It was captured on the radar. Somebody tell me down below in the comments what they think this was. Y'all, look at that jump. Again, look at it. They slowed it down. That jump was still zooming. We gonna play it one more time. I need somebody to tell me what the hell that is, bruh. That ain't normal, right? Have y'all seen something like that on radar? We all know the other day, all the lights in the White House cut off too. So like I said, there's some weird shit going on. I do not want to hear it's a glitch. How the hell is that a glitch? If you even know the history of DC and how the jump was built, you already know it's some funny shit going on around there anyway. That's my hometown, but yeah, you don't know what I'm talking about, go search up on a map and look at DC. Look how the shit is built. I'm talking about with the monument, the White House, the Pentagon, all that shit. Look how it's angled. Look how the shapes is. It's on some demonic shit. But yeah, I need y'all to let me know what that was, bro.
Okay, so this guy went from working at Lockheed Martin to build a dome promised to heal humanity through resonance. And right before it was completed, he mysteriously died and was cremated without his family knowing. Okay, so George Van Tassel, he worked as an aviation engineer for Lockheed Martin. He was supposedly contacted by this interdimensional being, did not like nuclear war, followed by a being telepathically gave him instructions to build something named an Integratron. It gets so interesting. This Integratron was centered around plasma. Yes, plasma, the fourth state of matter. It has metaphysical applications, he said. I'm also writing a book about plasma. The link is in my bio, but I just figured this out and I'm freaking. According to him and the being, building was built to generate these magnetic fields that would result in the generation of plasma in the form of a coronal discharge and negative air ionization inside the building. It would help everything from anti-aging to possibly curing cancer. It had to do with a Tesla coil. Building would basically resonate with the cell's frequency, recharging the cells of a person, rejuvenating them. And right before he finished it, he literally died and vanished. And I'm not into like conspiracies, but this one, like, I think is real. I also think it's real because plasma does have healing properties. I think he didn't achieve it. I guess maybe the government, whatever. So had some weird doomsday prophecies, and that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy because plasma reflects belief. I think this plasma stuff is magic. You just need a healed nervous system to be able to channel it and ground it in reality.
This is different, cuz. Oh my god. How long you gonna be, Bob? Say no to drugs, you hear me? Like, this is a little different, man. My man's facing the steering wheel. It's no hands. No hands. Yeah. Oh.
Still looking.
Run!
¿Qué? Barely made God,
You know Glorilla? Yes. Bro, her real name is Gloria Hallelujah.
Oh, I heard about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro, like she was called.
That's crazy.
Even Lil Uzi Vert, I think he was raised in the church.
Crazy how many of like the musicians and the actors like grew up in church, or even actually like spirit-filled church too. Katy Perry spoke in tongues.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Megan Fox. You know what she said in an interview? Because they asked like, what is one of her secret talents people don't know about? She said, I speak in tongues. All these musicians or actors that they have like mantles on them. I totally believe that they were all called to be mighty men and women of God. They have anointing, but it is polluted. It is perverted. It is actually the anointing that is on their life that is allowing them to do what they do, that has the influence.
The gifts and the callings are that
right, without repentance.
So like it's like the devil just flips it.
African man who came from the industry. I guess he was funding it or directing or something. And he was on video saying that sometimes what you're seeing on camera is not a woman having, but it is actual manifested demon that people are watching. It's not even human. And when you're talking about this Nephilim magic, that's where my mind's going. I'm just like, this is way deeper than I think anybody has been able to comprehend to this point.
We've actually spoken to girls that we have and boys that we pulled out of things that they said that when they got ready to film them, a guy would come in, he's a super good looking guy, was super nice, and then he would change, he would morph, he would change into something horrible. And then that film is for like next level gazillionaires, next level people.
So that's sold at a high price.
It's sold at a high price, exactly.
Wow.
And I mean, I've personally heard these kids say that. And when you hear a 13-year-old little girl tell that story, and you just heard that story in another country 4 months before that, it just makes you just go, wow, this thing is way bigger than I thought.
Cinemas or movie theaters are all sacred geometrically set up to harvest energy from the people. So when you have a horror movie or some of the extreme nasty movies that have been coming out over the last like 15-20 years, the people in there, when people shock like that, the movie theaters are set up perfectly sacred geometrically to then harvest the energy straight from the people in there, in the same principle as any mass gathering.
Yo, I'm playing.
I don't want to blow up, dude.
I don't want to blow up either.
I don't want to blow up
But
unless it's big on the screen.
That's $70 worth of gas. It's still going. Yo. That's you?
Are we kidding? It was an open book test. As soon as you saw this, you knew it was going 7. Like, people actually saw Siakam summon something at pregame and thought, I'm going to take OKC? Like, really? It's an open book test. The dude is contacting Vecna. But you're like, nah, OKC has SGA and J-Dub. We're fine. Okay.
这老爸爸，这是个蜡像。我跟这瞅着半天了，这蜡像吗？这是个。老八子是有点新鲜的。我 不是蜡像，他妈真的。
Wow, I thought that was a mannequin. That had me fooled there for a sec, eh?
And when I expose about NBA and a lot of the players, when they get to that level, they sign these oaths and agreements and they agree to let these science labs make Mach 5 synthetic clone versions of that player. You get what I'm saying? Facts. I told people that. You seen Richard Jefferson make a whole TikTok video speaking out against what I said. If it ain't real, why are you taking time out your day? Richard Jefferson, an ex-NBA player. And I Richard Jefferson when I watch basketball. He had game. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't dissing him or nothing. Cause you know I'm just saying though, if it's not real, why are you taking the time out your day to address just some crazy YouTuber? I'm just a crazy YouTuber. So why is an ex-celebrity NBA basketball star? Richard Jefferson used to be a star. You played with Vince Carter, Jason Kidd, you know, LeBron in Cleveland and won rings, you know, used to dunk on niggas, everything, right? You see, he made a TikTok video like saying that what I said about the robots in the NBA was completely false. You see, that's their way of putting out. That's the elite's way of putting out a face card to go against what I'm saying. That's how you know it's reaching and it's powerful. You get what I'm saying? Hey, look, we need you to go make a TikTok and clear that up. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got you. You feel?
At this day and age, anything is possible. The way things are going today, this is probably true and something else just being exposed that we never knew of.
Ito yung umang nakakakain mga idol, may suso. Sarap ito mga idol.
That's what you call fresh food, eh?
You want to see some laughable? Look at this. It's probably done on Canva on somebody's phone. This is why in 2025, we don't need videos or photos or whatever to convince us that aliens are here. We just don't. Look at this crap. The proof is out there, but it's not this.
She caught a strange illness after becoming famous, and because of it, she lost everything. I honestly feel real bad for her. This is what happens when you're in the industry and you start speaking out against shady people. They try to silence you, and that's exactly what they did to her. If you remember, there was an episode where Wendy Williams exposed Diddy. She showed pictures of him doing something weird with another guy. That same week, she was supposed to appear on a show, and Diddy allegedly made a call like, "Don't you dare let her on that stage." That's when everything started falling apart. And when I say falling apart, I mean a complete breakdown. Her health, her show, everything crashed. There was that day where it all flipped. Live on air. She saw something that scared her so bad she fainted. At least that's what we thought. In 2023, she was diagnosed with aphasia. If you look it up, there are a few causes for that, including brain trauma. One of the main effects of aphasia is serious brain dysfunction. You can't really talk or think straight anymore. Truth is, she just knew too much, and they wanted her out of the way at all costs. And if that was their plan, and she really ended up with that, yeah, it's over for her. Of course, no one did anything to Wendy Williams. Everything happened naturally. At least that's what they say. I don't know about you, but let me know what you think. If it's true, this is insane.
The Nicholas Prosper case, he got an illegal firearm. The mom's face off him. I think he had severe autism, right? He was like an outcast in school. He was very into like, I can't even say like right now, but he was into like Sandy stuff. Like he got,
oh, that's crazy.
Like, he got into those loopholes, right?
Yeah.
His favorite game, the Walking Dead game, he would play with his sister. One day, like he just snapped because his sister made a mistake on the game that like caused him to lose. Fam, this guy put up a video, right? He set his phone down and he's like, my sister made a great mistake. I need to face.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, like that's crazy. Not there.
On June 30th, my sister decided to make unique choices in episode 1 of season 1 of the Walking Dead games. And for that, her face will be further than necessary. I am the chosen one, chosen by Clementine.
I don't know how he pulled this off. He got an illegal firearm and he waited one day until it was like 5 a.m. and he was like, yeah, today's the day, fam. He was just chilling in his room. His mom actually woke up first, came to his room unexpectedly and saw him with the shotty. So they got in a tussle. The mom's face off, fam. He went in the kitchen, started looking for his sister and the brother. Fam, her sister and the brother was 16 and 13. Yo, he was so crazy. He's like, I want to up my count. I want to go to my elementary school. But they caught him just when he was about to do stuff. But this is the craziest thing. This is how you know he was so crazy in the head.
Yeah.
On his mom's corpse, he left a book titled How to Your Family.
What the fuck?
Wow, this is a sick, sad situation.
Little tridactyl skeletons they find in Peru. These skeletons that they found in Peru that are very bizarre.
Yeah.
And people initially thought they were a hoax, but then they found these newer ones that they've discovered that they have 3 fingers and 3 toes, and they've done CAT scans on these things, and they seem to be human or human-like. The CAT scans, when they show like the 3D CAT scan of the body, you're seeing all the areas where the cartilage is, and it just but it doesn't look totally human. I was going back and forth with Jesse Michaels and Luke Caverns, and they were sending me these images of, I think it was 800 BC, in these tapestries that show these weird 3-toed, 3-fingered things that look like a little one of those things. Like, so was this another type of human that lived with us at some point in time?
Hear fortune? When Furby listening, say, tell my fortune. Furby was bigger, or had arms.
Whoa. What a loser.
In 1959, the U.S. military started tunneling under Greenland. The cover story? Arctic science. The real mission? Build a nuclear missile base beneath the ice. Thousands of soldiers lived underground, but the ice shifted. The base became unstable. They left and abandoned radioactive waste that's still under the ice today. This can't be real, but it is.
This is crazy. The summer solstice is on Friday, okay? The longest day of the year. You know, in the past, in ancient times, there used to be festivals and people would harvest food and they would drink and stay up. And, you know, it's like kind of this beautiful thing. But occult groups and elite societies often view solstices as energetic portals. For example, the Nazi SS leaders conducted solstice ceremonies tied to ancient Germanic paganism. And some conspiracy theorists suggest that certain military actions or symbolic events are intentionally aligned with solstices.
Yeah, there might be something to this.
Listen to this. There have been, historically, major war events that have happened on the summer solstice. Operation Barbarossa, June 22nd, 1941, Nazi Germany's surprise invasion of the Soviet Union during World War II. Battle of the Waterloo, the aftermath, June 18th, also the summer solstice, 1815. Iranian protests in 2009, June 20th, summer solstice. Last summer solstice, June 20th, Israel's military killed Hezbollah commander.
No.
Yes!
Here's what ChatGPT just said.
Okay, let's hear it.
It says, you're not wrong to suspect something here. When you zoom in on June 20th to 22nd, there is a disproportionate cluster of major geopolitical events. Whether it's strategic, symbolic, or both, this timing keeps showing up.
Okay.
This thing was kind of crazy.
I got you. I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
Are we okay?
I'm telling you, this is a 90% of what it looks like from the other side. It's the closest thing that I could visually present people to what we live in, the construct. Even near-death experience people see this as well. But they usually see it as a, because when I first saw it at 16, it was a ball. I saw all these balls and I couldn't understand it at that time either. I was like, okay, well, all these are planets. They're like all these balls. But actually, the more that I started to come out, I actually saw, well, yeah, they all are balls. They all are firmaments, creations. All creation stacked on God's shells, like I like to call it. This is another image as well. Like when I first was seeing all of these different balls at 16 years old and not really understanding, I just thought, oh, that's a planet. That's a planet. These are all different planets, but they're actually constructs. They're all different universal constructs. They all have a firmament. They're all on a plane. They're all created. And honestly, just through sharing this, like, it's just, when people realize this, you automatically switch to, okay, Well, all these are created. We are souls, we are creator beings. And it takes you outside of the concept of taking you away from your source. It takes you back to the true essence of who you are, the true creation of everything.
He said he was 3 minutes away. I've been waiting for like 10 minutes for this 3 minutes away. But they think they slick, right? So what they do is they're going to wait. And while you wait, they wait for you to cancel it so that you get billed and they still make money. So we're going to roll up on him right now so he can go ahead and cancel this damn Uber. Because I'm not getting finessed by Uber today. I'm not letting people finesse me. So, Bucko, I'm pulling up. You playing with me. I ain't got time to be playing with. Somebody already pissed me off, so you about to get yours too. Hey, boss man, you got a booking that you accepted, bro. And what are you doing?
Oh, because I don't want to.
You need to cancel it.
Yeah,
You're not going to get paid off of me today.
I will cancel it.
Cancel it now. You could have messaged me back in the app. I've been sitting here messaging you the whole time.
It's the Cameron, yeah?
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, the one you accepted. You thought I was going to cancel so you can make the money and I get billed for it? We don't work like that, player. Thank you.
So is that some new Uber scam? And if dude had a car while he was waiting for a ride, why didn't he just jump in his own car and go where he had to go?
Hurricane Eric has rapidly strengthened into a Category 2 storm off the Pacific coast of Mexico, and it's still intensifying. As of Wednesday afternoon, Eric is packing sustained winds of 100 miles per hour and is just 105 miles south of Puerto Angel. Forecasters warn it could become a major Category 3 hurricane by tonight. A hurricane warning is in effect from Puerto Angel to Acapulco, where landfall is possible within the next 24 hours. Up to 20 inches of rain is expected across Oaxaca and Guerrero, with dangerous flooding and mudslide risks across mountain areas. Lighter, but still hazardous rainfall is forecast in Chiapas, Colima, Michoacán, and Jalisco. Shelters are open, schools are shut, and thousands of troops have been deployed. Ports along the coast are now closed. If you are in the warning zone, evacuate or seek shelter now. Do not wait. Follow official instructions from local emergency services. We are monitoring Eric closely and will report immediately as new warnings or landfall alerts are issued.
Breaking news as U.S. officials are preparing for a possible strike from Iran in the coming days. Now, this is according to Bloomberg, but senior Washington officials are assembling infrastructure to directly enter conflict with Tehran, and this is according to Bloomberg. The issue is we haven't heard much from Trump or the White House, but we're hearing that top leaders at multiple federal agencies have begun preparations for an attack. Now, what we do know is that Trump entered the Situation Room again and had another hour-long meeting. Now, senior officials have told us that Trump has approved of attack plans for Iran, but was holding off on giving the final order to see if Tehran would abandon its nuclear program. Now we wait for the million-dollar question: will the United States join Israel versus Iran? And we need to wait for that confirmation from either President Trump or the actual White House, because I think we're getting tired of hearing from these Washington officials or senior aides.
What kind of sorcery is this, y'all? This was a missile explosion that happened in Iran. But y'all, it's not even about the missile strike. It's about the smoke that it formed just from looking at it, without even me saying it. Let me know down below in the comments who that look like. Now I'm finna show you. Tell me that don't look like Trump. Tell me that do not look like Trump, bruh. That's some sorcery. That's crazy. Am I tripping? And then y'all hold up, because then it was some other sorcery going on. I'm talking hand signals like on some Naruto type. When the Prime Minister of Israel was doing a speech, somebody behind him did this hand signal. Y'all, I don't know what that is. Y'all need to tell me down below in the comments, because I'm lost. Watch this video. Watch the hand, y'all. Watch the hand. Look how he do it. Boom. Hold up. He gonna do it again. It's gonna rewind. Hold up. Look at this. Watch his hands. Bow. What is that?
That's crazy because that cloud smoke did look like President Trump, didn't it?
Probably. I mean, even the other day when they... Whoa!
Whoa! What? That's
No!
Oh my God. It appears there has been a run.
You believe from what you've been told, which obviously you can't know for sure, you're only being told this, but you believe from what you're being told that the entities, the beings are going to intervene to stop us from killing ourselves.
They did that during November on television.
And disclosure of the fact of a non-human intelligence.
It'll come next year.
You believe next year?
I'm sure. I feel sure. I think the government has got to. They have no choice. Because when these orbs appeared, and it showed them that I was in D.C. and I heard some of the conversation when they said, oh my God, this is catastrophic. If we don't tell it now, they may come back in 2026 and land. And if they do that, we just lost the control of our country.
That's the same thing I was thinking. Now that they unveiling these UFOs and UAVs to be real, the next step got to be the aliens coming out in the public seeing them, right?
Seca aí que caderno, 3 pescadores corajosos, aí uma d'água, ó. Aí, e desce.
You're right, I tell you what you do. Oh my God, it's coming up the ladders! Jesus!
Okay guys, I'm gonna slow this down so you can see it. I walked outside last night and honestly, I was just filming something that looked unusual, but I did not actually see everything that was going on, okay? So hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. So I'm walking outside, okay? And this cloud looking thing, which is not a cloud, flashes. Y'all see this? See the flash? And now this has lots of patterns in this flash. What looks like maybe a portal color, blue and purple, okay? And you can kind of see the shape of a round looking ship. Okay, there's 2 lights right here. Those are not in our normal sky, so I know that they're not stars or planets, okay? This thing flashes, and then this grid looking thing here, okay, pops up. Now, I didn't see this with my natural eye. I caught it on camera by accident, okay? Then I go back to look at the camera. I'm going very slow, so hopefully you guys can see it, and I'm in a dark room, so hopefully you can see what I saw. But essentially, there's a little bitty orb right here, or I don't know what it is. We're gonna call it an orb, and it's faint, but it starts moving up, okay? Up, up, up. It's making a faint line. I don't know if you can see it here. And then it disappears, and it's gonna reappear up here. Right there, see it guys? Just boop, right there. And these 2 things, I filmed them for a while, and you can see there's still lots of graphic and frequency going on here, okay? Lots of color and frequency. They were not there, they were probably there for about 30 minutes. I watched them off and on just as I was cleaning house and such. So, yeah. Everything is happening right in front of our faces, and we don't even know it.
Okay, so I think one of the craziest things about this is that not a single one of these spiders is actually dead. I found this wasp that had unfortunately died after getting trapped in a bin, and I decided to crack open its nest only to find these. And what's happened is that the wasp has stung each spider to paralyze it so that it can lay an egg on or inside of it, so that when the babies hatch, there's plenty of food for them to eat.
With the root chakra, the government and everything, music, specifically rap music, it's all about survival. You hear about these songs, Mobb Deep, Survival of the Fittest, the drill music. The 808 drum is a very low frequency. The root chakra is around 200, 250 hertz. The 808 is actually lower than that frequency. So when you listen to rap music, what they're trying to do is to keep you always vibrating at that survival mechanism. They want to keep you in survival. They don't want you to open up that chakra and spin that chakra and start to bring that energy up, because when you bring that energy up, it's going to hit the sacral and it's going to hit the solar and it's going to get the heart. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep everybody trapped in the root chakra. You go to clubs, you're hearing that music. They're trying to keep you stuck in that root chakra. They don't want you to really figure out who you really are. Just know that the goal on this planet is to raise that energy up to all the chakras and get to the crown. And so when you get to that crown, you start to...
There's a newer hybridized, kind of like a hybrid of a Bigfoot, where our military is taking Bigfoot, who could jump through portals, and combining them with reptilians who cannot jump through portals. So that's a very dangerous mix. He says that we were very lucky that we used our shield of love and we didn't die that evening. And he believes the good Bigfoot came and basically tried to save us. In fact, he said the Bigfoot, the ones that we're usually around with, will call these other hybridized Bigfoot reptilians monsters, and they'll actually try to kill them.
It's the first party that I went to in Hollywood. It was after I did Coach Carter. And I saw Eddie Murphy and Johnny Gill tongue kissing. This is like out in public. So a lot of the things that y'all think, they do. Like, I'll be worth, like I said, 35 million, probably more than that if I was willing to compromise. But, I'd rather be broke. Been good.
Okay, and so they talking about get back to Eddie and Johnny. When you saw Eddie and Johnny tongue kissing, was it like, what was that really quick? give us a,
I was
like you walked in?
No, I was walking down the stairs because I was just checking out. It was in the Hollywood Hills. So I was walking down the stairs and they were kissing at the bottom of the banister. And I'm like, damn, the nutty professor really is nutty. like he really is like, and they were going at it, like, for real, like swallowing tongues. So it's crazy because I tell people, like, even now, even being a physical stature, I still get way more men that will come up to me and ask me questions.
And you're in LA too, so I'm sure the white men are really going crazy. Hollywood white men to go bananas, huh?
Yeah, they go.
How much for the BBC?
So y'all, Malua Tobu erupted once again, and I swear to God, y'all, I can see her. Can y'all, melanated woman? Look at her. Look at them, y'all. A whole bunch of them. Look at the woolly hair. You see, look at the nose. Y'all see? I mean, come on, man. How do you guys not see the faces? Look at all the faces, man. I see her. I see her rising. The powerful, the divine, the magnetic feminine energy is coming back. And guess where it happened? In Indonesia. Why? Because Indo needs ya. We need the melanated woman to rise once again. That's why these volcanoes are popping off. And it's not the first one. Remember Mount Etna that just exploded? You can't make this stuff up, y'all. It shows another melanated woman. See? The melanated woman is rising out of the ashes. Look at the woolly hair. Y'all gonna take a look at this and tell me that's not a woman with woolly hair? And it looks like twins. You see, look at all the faces in there. You can clearly see the eyes, the nose, the mouth open. The earth is calling back her daughters. She is telling y'all to rise. She is tired of this. You see, these volcanoes popping off represents the repressed, hidden, magnetic, divine feminine energy, right? When these volcanoes are popping off, it's the earth saying, I've had enough, and she is reclaiming back the planet. There's no coincidence as to why all of these volcanoes are popping off all at once. This is magma. The magnetic mother. There's no coincidence as to why Donald Trump administration is MAGA, because it is the rise of the divine feminine energy. Just like in Moana, this eruption is her activating in order to transmute the energy that's on the planet right now, y'all. But yes, y'all, things are happening. Let me know what you guys think about this video, y'all. The divine feminine energy is rising. I know y'all feel that. Let me know what y'all guys think. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace.
Something is very, very wrong right here. This is not SpaceX. They are claiming that this is Iran's new hypersonic weapon. The problem is we've been seeing this right here, this exact structure and everything for a year and a half straight, and every single time they said it was SpaceX. Please tell me y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you. Do you understand the consequence from this? This one right here, this video actually has the same exact color of what they have been claiming over and over was SpaceX. So why is it right here? Now what you see right here is an undisputed video of one of their, what they say is SpaceX launches. And they look identical. They look identical. Not to mention, you know, past over the decade, I've been showing you these things in the sky, which they also say are SpaceX. So what was the other thing I just showed you at the beginning of the video? Is that SpaceX? Is it a new Iranian missile? What is it? And not to mention, I've seen videos of this conflict which look identical to when they say spaceships fell apart and they came back to the Earth but never went down all the way to the side along, you know, the Earth. Weird stuff. Oh, and bonus, we know that yesterday the Indonesia volcano blew up, and just a few years prior we saw this green laser going into it, or this green meteor. Guess what? The same exact green meteor just caught flying over Australia 2 days ago. Weird.
Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise. What has Tyler Perry got going on now? You know, Cat Williams told us about this a long time ago. He said all lies will be exposed. No one's going to get away with what they've been doing. Could Tyler Perry be one of them? Tyler Perry is now being sued for over $260 million by Oval actor Derek Dixon. Dixon claims that he dealt with a series of assaults by Tyler Perry, including text messages, and one time in 2020 when he went over to Tyler Perry's house and Tyler grabbed him by the throat and says, "Man, look how excited you got." Dixon claims that he kept all of this to himself in fear of Tyler Perry, or in fear that Tyler Perry would kill off his character in the show. Now, I felt that Tyler Perry's friendship choice was a bit interesting. Oprah Winfrey, John Legend, P. Diddy, Usher. Those friendships didn't really portray the man that Tyler Perry claimed to be. Here are some articles I found in the past that made me go, Like back in 2022, Al Rashid Coles was arrested for a bomb threat at Tyler Perry Studios. I thought, what could Tyler Perry have possibly have done to someone to make them want to blow up his production studio? And then I found an article where Steve Minch, the president of Tyler Perry Studios, tragically passed away when the plane that he was piloting crashed in Florida. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds all too familiar to me. Could this be someone who wants money and just wants to ruin a good man's reputation? Or are people finally standing up against Hollywood celebrities who have abused their power?
I believe people are standing up. Powerful people who have abused their power. This is all because of the Diddy trial, and a lot of powerful people are going to be exposed. What do you guys think? Does that look legit? Or is that fake, AI generated? Let me know in the comment section.
哇塞，看到没有？是不是特别的逼真，特别真实？上面18个头发都是问题的，包括这个耳朵也非常的柔软，面部细节呢特别真实，看到非常的柔软啊，吹弹可破。 几乎跟这没有任何区别啊！来看一下这个手部细节，是吧？上面这个血管、经络、纹路都有啊，几乎跟这没有任何区别啊！看这个手部是不是特别逼真和真实啊？来看这个腿部细节也非常真实啊，非常柔软啊，非常柔软，很真实啊！每一个皮肤纹理呢都是按照真的比例去打造的，我们几乎达到了98%以上的还原度，而且呢，它带智能语音对话功能，还带体温加上恒温系统功能，还带红外线感应功能，特别逼真，特别真实。怎么样，兄弟们，你心动了吗？我们保密发布。
That's what the future is going to be. It's going to be a total recall world, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know.
It's fucking creepy. Pay close attention to her eyes the whole time. Look how big they are. And one goes without the other. There's that. It's almost like she's like an android or something. That's why I kept saying, watch it, watch it.
I've seen clips where... So, physics just confirmed something that sounds completely insane, but time mirrors are real. Yeah, we're not talking about regular mirrors that reflect your image. We're talking about temporal mirrors, where a wave doesn't just bounce off and go backwards in space. It literally retraces its path back through time. Scientists have changed the electromagnetic field of a material so fast it made waves go backward in time, like rewinding reality, like pressing undo on the universe. This isn't sci-fi anymore. This is real. This is experimental physics catching up to what mystics, mushrooms, and mad geniuses have been saying for decades. Time is not a line. It's a wave. And baby, we are just learning to surf it. If this just blew your mind, please hit that follow button, drop a comment, and share with your friends. Let's start exploring the quantum realm. Let's surf the quantum realm together, guys. Mine and time bending. What?
If this is true, this explains a lot of myths behind mirrors.
Tam derenin ağzına. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bakın görüyor musunuz? No.
We have something to tell y'all. We're not the real us. Stop glitching. Stop glitching. We're not the real us. How?
What the heck is up with these clouds? Man, the weather's just getting straight up weird every day. Ain't no way this is normal.
This is why you never turn your back on a mirror. Watch this, y'all. Notice how the mirror looked back at her, but she's not looking back at it. Stay.
Y'all remember that old video of that news anchor? So I zoomed in, and not only do I not see a fly, I see whatever that is. Can somebody explain, please? After he says that word, the D word.
There's going to be people of means who are going to travel. And then there's going to be people maybe of lesser means who might actually be able to use an Oculus or a Magic Leap or some other kind of device to travel to the same place, but from their own.
Hey, so I don't know if you guys heard this, but let me show y'all what just happened in West Virginia. I'm just seeing this just popping on my timeline, so you're getting this in real time, y'all. So just like every weather pattern as of late, this came without warning. They're calling it a flash flooding, but this is a lot more than that, y'all. Roads turned into raging rivers, y'all, like crazy. This is like what happened in North Carolina all over again. Look at these mangled cars, y'all. What? This is flash flooding on beast mode. Buildings were ripped open by water coming out of the buildings. Look at this, y'all. What? Look. Now, doesn't this look like a Michael Bay film? I be telling y'all, our life is literally a movie, y'all. But the buildings ripped open?
Live. Locust Avenue, right by the Captain's apartment.
Yeah, so you're telling me flood water does this? This is a lot more than flood water, y'all. This almost looks like some type of explosion. How is this possible? Water doing this? Water is this angry? Business is disappearing, houses disappearing, cars getting submerged. This is literally North Carolina 2.0 again. And again, these people are not getting warnings because funding has been cut. Nature is definitely angry, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man, nature is not happy, man, because y'all notice the pattern. These places are getting tapped over and over. Cars are literally dead in the water, getting bogged out. This is crazy, man. This is literally, y'all know we getting closer to the split, right? Y'all know we getting closer to the shift. I be telling y'all, it's here. The proof is here, man. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it.
The Sacklers, at first I'm like, well, yeah, these guys are bags, and let's make a movie and let's tell the truth. You know, I have friends that have died from drug addiction, and I don't give a let's go. I'm not scared. The more research I did, the more nervous I got, because they're just like, these are like real mobsters. These are the real Pablo Escobars, the real drug dealers that are, you know, putting up numbers much larger than the Medellin cocaine cartels, the companies like Purdue and the Sackler families. So the more I learned about just how powerful and quiet they were, and what kind of masterminds at secrecy, like you still, if you try and, you know, search Richard Sackler, they're so scrubbed that you'll get virtually nothing on them. One of the challenges the Sacklers had with OxyContin and Purdue had they needed to get the FDA to approve it, right? They had spent so much money developing this drug, and they were having financial problems prior to OxyContin being approved by the FDA, that they were all in on OxyContin, and they needed the FDA to approve it. Like, you think about the FDA and big government organization, and it is probably a big organization that probably does need a haircut, and I'll bet they're going to get one now with the new administration, which is probably a good thing, I think. But you think, oh, wow, the FDA has to approve OxyContin. That's probably a team of 50 scientists, and they're going to have to. It was really just one guy. And it was this kind of nerdy dude named Curtis Wright. And he was the obstacle. He kept saying to the Sacklers and to Purdue Pharma, I can't approve this drug. This is heroin in a little M&M wrapper. Like, what are you, crazy? No. And they kept trying. He went through multiple applications, and this one guy was saying no. And that was putting the entire Sackler family and Purdue Pharma in real risk of financial ruin. And so at some point prior to getting the approval, some members of Purdue Pharma took Curtis Wright to a hotel room in the Virginia area, somewhere near DC, and they spent a couple of days in a hotel room. And no one knows what happened in that hotel room. When they came out, Curtis Wright had signed the approval with the words that OxyContin is believed to be non-addictive. Is believed, which is weird language. It's not OxyContin is not addictive. It is OxyContin is believed to not be addictive.
Have you guys ever heard of the forgotten female pope? This is like 800 AD conspiracy.
Okay.
So there was this girl, her name was Joan, and she was just a very intelligent girl and would study scripture, all this stuff. Women at this time, it was during the Dark Ages, so they were treated terribly. But Joan, so she disguised herself as a boy at age 12 to advance in academics and stuff like that. And she ended up joining a monastery and just was so brilliant theologically, ends up becoming a cardinal.
Oh no.
And the Pope had died, and they ended up appointing her as Pope, and she went under the name Pope John Anglicus.
Did this chick Mulan herself into becoming the Pope?
But apparently she ended up falling in love with a servant that worked in the Vatican. She conceived a child and gave birth during Mass. Everyone obviously freaked out, and the story goes that immediately she was stoned or killed or executed.
Yeah.
To this day, the Vatican's like, that never happened. It's been erased from all church history.
They've spoke about
But
this.
there was historians during this time. Even the church historian for the Vatican wrote about it. Well, it would make sense that they would try to completely erase that, because to them, that looks bad on the Catholic Church in that time, because they appoint the next Pope because it's like the ascension of like Peter. It's like the next Peter, the apostle, They made the mistake of choosing a woman. I just thought that was insane.
That is crazy. I love that story.
So y'all telling me that the most advanced rocket on Earth just blew up? Boom. Y'all, and this was during a test. The joint wasn't even in space. It wasn't going nowhere. Wasn't mid-flight, nothing. The joint was just sitting there, and you seen a little smoke happen from at the top. And then all of a sudden, boom. You see this. Starship 36 was supposed to be the one that was going to take this man to Mars, right? But we see that ain't happening no more because the joint just went into a fiery ball. So they're saying it was a nitrogen pressure tank failure. But I don't know. Do y'all believe that? That's what we going with? So you telling me they spent $1 billion in this tech and the pressure tank is the one that ended the mission? Come on, man, think. This where I get a little weirded out by it. Y'all remember back in 2016 when one of his rockets mysteriously exploded? Y'all remember what he said, right? He said he felt like he was being sabotaged, like somebody hit his rocket from afar. Y'all don't remember that? And fast forward to now, another explosion, but this time when it's just sitting still. And this is the rocket that's supposed to take whoever get on that jump out of Earth and never come back. You got some people thinking it's aliens, and then you got some people thinking it's the government black ops not trying to let us get out this junk so we can't see certain shit. There's been a lot of shit going on with him and some other people in the last couple of weeks. And y'all remember he been talking boldly like he know for sure he finna be going on Mars. What if this wasn't just a failure, y'all? What if this is something or someone trying to tell him, hey, you're not leaving Earth, my boy.
Headed over in Texas and shit. But to me, this look real paranormal. Just look at this joint. Look at that. And I know y'all been hearing about all of the storms of tornadoes that been popping up over there. Can y'all see like the shape at the top? Don't be looking like, look at that. Oh, it's something up there. It's things that's going on right now that look like it's portals opening up in the sky. Can y'all not see that they're setting some stage up right now for us, bro? Like, something is definitely going to happen. Like, I'm almost 100% certain, yo. Like, we all seen the scary movies. At this point, we all know that this is leading up to something. There's too much going on right now. It's like it's too much going on, but it's very quiet at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, but y'all know what I'm saying. That shit's gonna hit us out of nowhere.
So an archaeologist found a 2,000-year-old shoe in a ditch, and when he pulled it out, it was so big that the audience around him gasped audibly. For context, the shoe was about as big as someone's hand and forearm combined, which to me seems like it definitely belonged to a giant who lived back in the day. And while the people around him were surprised to see something like that, ancient texts and manuscripts from earlier human civilizations have been telling us that giants not only existed, but were actually quite common in those days. In the near future, as we grow technologically, I wouldn't be surprised if we discover even more items that will make us rethink what our history was like altogether. For example, archaeologists have also recently discovered a lost continent that sank into the ocean. It had a creature on it that was apparently 13 foot and is now extinct. Maybe one day we'll discover and learn so much about our history that it'll be common knowledge that giants, dragons, and even sirens existed in the distant past. Now, hopefully it won't take us too long to get to that point, but leave a like and let me know what you think about all this in the comments.
So here's another rabbit hole for you. Why were there so many orphans in the 1800s? Like millions of children with no parents. They were shipped across the country on orphan trains like cargo. They were put on display at world fairs in incubator exhibits like science projects. But here's a part that nobody really talks about. Like, where did all the adults go? No massive war, there was no global famine, no record of some catastrophe that would explain this level of abandonment. And then you find out that Cabbage Patch Kids were supposedly grown from the earth in some weird folklore, and that kind of matches up eerily well with what was being shown at some of those world fairs. Now look at the old buildings, like the cathedrals, the mansions, the institutions. Clearly built for a previous population. They're advanced, they're massive, but now they're empty. It's almost like the world was reset. And these kids inherited it with no memory of what came before. So were they orphans or were they left behind? Like, whatever happened back then, it's not in your history.
These maps changed the way that I see the world. This is Europe's predicted population change from 2025 to the year 2100. Ukraine and Italy have the highest loss in population potential, with Russia, Poland, and Spain right there behind them. And it looks like pretty much only France and the UK are going to have any significant population growth in Europe. This map shows how much people drink in every single US county. The highest amounts of excessive drinking are all in purple, which are only in Wisconsin and Montana. It's too cold up there to do anything else. The lightest green colors are the lowest, which really it looks like New Mexico, Utah, and a lot of the South, surprisingly. Florida has none of that. We gotta have our alcohol in Florida. This map shows the second biggest religion in every US state, with the first being Christianity across all of them. It looks like a majority of the country is pretty split between Judaism and Islam, but there's a few others there. The countries, or should I say continents, in blue have the same equal population to the entire red area. So that's not individual blue ones. That's the entire blue areas on this map equal to.
Motherfucker tried to attack me. Daddy had it on its back with my nail warrants because it bit the fuck out of me.
You know, this is kind of a weird, almost sadistic thing to do, but go off, I guess. It's your choice.
Now this was quite an odd video that somebody tagged me in. This ant right here apparently bit the person who's recording the video, so to retaliate, this person forcefully removed every single one of the ant's legs, as well as its abdomen. Now there's a couple things that I want to address. First off, I believe the type of ant that we're seeing here, because it's so large, is a carpenter ant. These guys do have a pretty painful bite, and finding these in your house is bad. It could signify an infestation that you don't see yet, so you probably should check that out. The second thing that I want to address is the fact that people in the comments think that this is horrifying for the other ants and they're not going to mess with the person after they saw what happened to their comrade. No, dude, ants are ruthless. This is pretty normal for them to get their limbs torn off from opposing ants, so they don't care. Seriously though, I would definitely look and see if you can find a source for this carpenter ant. Hopefully it just came in from the outside and there's not a colony living inside your house.
I just don't understand it, y'all. Somebody make me understand it. Why are you still going to Lake Lanier like it's a vacation spot? It's not. When you go there, just expect the unexpected. I mean, at this point, it is expected. So that means you want to play with your life. It is not a vacation spot. People still must think it's a game or something. It's crazy. You can warn people like, hey, if you go down that road, you might not come back because of this, and this. And they be like, I'll take my chances. Because I know y'all seen the title already. Another loss at that lake. A 27-year-old. So this man right here, he went to Lake Lanier for a birthday celebration, y'all. Out of all places, he went to go celebrate his birthday there. And they said he jumped off the boat to where he ultimately perished. His name was Raymond Diaz, so I'm sending my condolences to him and everybody that was affected by this. But y'all, learn from him. Stop jumping in that damn lake. So they said he jumped in the water and never resurfaced. That's crazy, y'all. The souls probably grabbed a hold of his ass and didn't let him go. They said they found him the following evening, 60 feet under the water. Stay out the lake.
So I'm not trying to freak anybody out. I was going to talk about this for a while, but is anyone else like looking into the fact that there's 76 volcanoes that are currently erupting? Our poles have moved astronomical, like they're moving faster than they ever have in history. And on top of that, we've got the earthquakes everywhere and the fires. We've got earthquakes that are happening at Yellowstone National Park and Santorini, which are two of the most massive volcanoes. Like we have the gases that are coming from these different volcanic eruptions that are spreading all over the planet. And then on top of that, we've also got the solar flares that are hitting the magnetic field of our planet, which, if it weakens enough, can actually cause the poles to flip. And that's concerning, because if you've looked into what happens if that, I mean, we don't know for sure. It's theoretical, for entertainment purposes only, always and forever, of course. But theoretically, it wouldn't be good. Who knows? There could be like some saving grace. Maybe it won't happen. Maybe it'll just all calm down. But it goes along also with the Hopi prophecy of the two brothers or twins flipping, and then the weakening, and then the floods and all that jazz that seems to be. And then we've got the airplanes on top of that, which could either be maybe from the magnetic field or the solar flares or from the poles shifting. I have no idea, but there's a lot of plane crashes that are happening. You can't deny that. I mean, at first I was like, okay, we're just focusing more on the no. There's more. And I mean, double what the normal volcanic eruptions are. That's a lot. I thought it was a lot last year, but it seems like it's kind of adding up, is all I'm going to say. I'm just wondering if anyone else is paying attention to any.
There's a lot of apocalyptic events happening around the world. The news is not reporting everything due to fear in the public, and it's time to start getting prepared.
Who do they serve? Tell me, who do they serve? They tell you in all their music videos, but you guys don't want to listen. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of you need to watch this music video again and pause every second and look at every single detail. But at the end of the day, who do they worship? There's something extremely concerning that I've been noticing that Hollywood has been pushing the last few years, and that is occultism mixed with Christianity. For example,
I feel like people are always surprised. They'll be like, what? You witches, like, yeah, you know, I get that all the time. Believe in God? When I talk about that I read the Bible every day, people are like, yeah, you do?
let me tell you guys this. When you're a Christian, the world will not question it because of your fruits, because of the way that you're living your life. No one should be shocked that the Kardashians are Christians if they were truly Christians.
So the Air Force admits that an alien escaped from Area 51 in the 80s. Air Force Office of Special Investigations Richard Doty stated that he was on the team that was trying to find this alien. It escaped and took off into the desert. It was actually captured by a guy named Wainwright, Gus Wainwright. He was a trapper. He found this thing just crawling around and he captured it. Now, this is what it looked like, quataloid here. That's what they call it, a quataloid. He captured it. Called the police came down, the government got word of it, they came down, and they said, hey, we're taking this thing. And Gus Wainwright actually had taken a photo. He took the photo, and he had all this camera footage of it, and the government, of course, took it. So when they took it, it was 35 millimeter. They took that, all of his film, and they left. But he had it. He had one shot left, and he posted it up in a bar in Nevada, and everybody was looking at this thing thinking it was strange, and nobody knew that it was really a real alien with a real picture taken, crazily enough. So anyway, you believe this story? It's a good one. If you want to learn more, check out, they got a good episode on Gaia. You can take a look at that, or come on over to Lockdown Yours podcast.
Y'all want to know how this sun is different? Look at this, y'all. Check this out. First of all, y'all see it flashing like that? It looks like a giant lemon. Look at this. What the hell? Now, check this out, y'all. Look at this kumquat tree. Kumquats. Look at this. These things are literally burnt to a crisp. When have you ever seen fruit burnt to a crisp like this, y'all? These things are literally burnt to a crisp, y'all. Like they were literally sauteed. Look at this, y'all. These things are cooked. The whole tree is cooked. Oh my goodness, y'all. There is not one yellow kumquat up here. The sun completely obliterated them. Literally incinerated them. That is a different sun, bro. That is a different sun. Look at that. Completely cooked those kumquats. And those are little yellow fruits. Wow.
Did this guy predict the Titanic sinking? Because how did he write a book 14 years before it happened with insane similarities? Listen to this. In 1898, this book was published, and it's The Wreck of the Titan. In the beginning of the fictional book, it is described as unsinkable. The fictional Titan hits an iceberg in April in the North Atlantic. Both ships have a shortage of lifeboats. The fictional Titan and the Titanic both hit an iceberg on the starboard side. Both ships were similar in size, 800 feet versus 882 feet. Now, the Titan was traveling from New York, and we know the Titanic was going to New York. Now, the author, Morgan Robertson, was alive when the Titanic sank, and the book was originally published under the name Futility, but was changed to Wreck of the Titan in 1912, which I think is pretty obvious why. Just my opinion, maybe sell more books. Look, what are the odds? All I know is I'm not getting on anything named Titan. I'm just saying. I just found this very interesting. Had to share it with you guys.
Right, we got a new sphere that just dropped just outside of Mexico City. I had a follower send this footage in to me. Check this out. This is definitely something sphere-like for sure. Looks very similar to the Boogosphere or the Jumbo Sphere. Although a lot of people are saying these are just hoaxes, it's pretty interesting that these similar looking things are showing up all over the place. It would be really nice to have a close-up zoomed in shot to see if it has similar features to it, like the ridgeline and the holes that are in it. But that's pretty good footage, I would think. Definitely a lot clearer than some of the other stuff that's out there. But let me know what you think in the comments. What is this thing? Well, what are these things? They seem to be showing up all over the place. There was a new video the other day that came out from China showing something very similar, sphere-like, that was going over a small lake or pond. I don't know, guys. This is just pretty interesting. But yeah, quick down and dirty video for this one. And yeah, stay tuned and follow along for more content like this.
What on earth? Guys, this is 100% real, and why would anyone want to wear something like that? That is not fashion, that is demonic. This is nothing new to us. What I want you to do is research a certain club called the Red Shoe Club. Find out what material they use for the shoes that makes them shoes so red, and you will be shocked. But yeah, guys, this is the world we live in today. You have no remorse for the victims of this evil, demonic behavior.
And what I want you to do is pray for forgiveness and salvation.
What's that? Oh, a baby hammerhead shark fell from the sky in South Carolina? Oh, good. A baby hammerhead shark fell out of the sky, and people that witnessed it said there was no birds or anything flying or carrying it. They just saw it falling from the sky. That's so fun. Yeah, first we hear about a whale that's frozen in space, floating around, and has been up there for quite some time. Now we got baby sharks falling from the sky. Oh, fun. Is this just a random anomaly? It's hard to say. I guess we'll see if anything else starts falling from the sky soon. Okay. People said it was as if a portal opened up and it just fell from it. Oh, fun. It's hard to say exactly what happened here, but let's just keep an eye out and avoid things that are falling from the sky, okay?
Call me crazy, I don't care. I've been called it before. Anyways. Do y'all not think that demons walk around the earth? They're literally doing rituals on stage. Bonnie Blue is a walking succubus. We literally have a succubus on earth in flesh, which there's probably more, obviously. There's more succubus. But there's so much stuff going on in the spiritual realm, and everyone is blind. Blind. Prophecies are coming true, and people still don't believe in Jesus. We literally have demons walking among us. Y'all need to know how to rebuke them and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus anytime you feel like somebody's weird around you. Because I've literally done it, and people have quit talking or forgot their thought. Because I knew they weren't supposed to be talking. Because it wasn't them. I can hear it. It's literally, it's a gift. It's of disconcernment. But, y'all be careful out here.
These motherfuckers be aliens, yo. Look at this shit. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at this motherfucker's face, yo. Look at his fucking face. Look, he know he fucked up. Look, he know his eyes fucked up. Look. Watch this shit. Watch him get to blinking.
I know you're not suggesting he was as good as Josh Allen last year.
In his eyes.
I know you're not saying that. I think he gets lost. He was better played at spots. I agree. If you watched it, the circumstances were horrific last year. I'm not suggesting he was great.
Yo.
I'm suggesting he was.
What the fuck, yo?
At this moment in time, he was the best option they had.
Yo, that's crazy.
What you think that is? Like a different being or alien they're revealing themselves now accidentally, like they can't control their mask or whatever you call that?
What the watching the finals? What the Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? Friday the 13th? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that, man? Dude. Like, what the? This is insane, bro. This is insane. What happened?
We are in the movie The Day After Tomorrow. Look at the sky and look at that. Look at the sky. Hit the sky, y'all. And look at that. Look at that. Just we in the movie Day After Tomorrow.
Who owns CNBC? Who owns Fox? Who owns CNN? At the top of the shareholder list, you have Vanguard and BlackRock. You look at the food. Who are the top shareholders of all this junk food? Vanguard and BlackRock. Who owns Meta, Snapchat, Twitter, Google? Oh, it's the same company as BlackRock. It's Vanguard. Profit-driven companies. So the media is controlled. The food is controlled. The narrative is controlled. So it's this ecosystem of how to print butterflies out of thin air.
Now, people can do just with a drone that is no bigger than your palm. It's called Stinger Drone, and killing someone with this is super easy. You simply upload your target's face and location. That's it. The drone scans the area with its field cameras and sensors, quietly hunting. But here's the terrifying twist. Underneath one of its propellers, it carries 3 grams of shaped explosive. The moment it catches them using facial recognition, it smashes straight into their forehead at insane speed. The impact is so brutal, it cracks through the skull.
Damn, that's kind of crazy. But what if it doesn't hit the right person, right? That's a big lawsuit on somebody's hands.
There is a straight up caterpillar in my Chipotle.
I see it.
Chipotle.
I see
Live caterpillar.
We probably should get our black ass out now. Chat, we probably should. Come on. Come on. It's about to get crazy. We probably should get our black ass out right now, chat.
What up, young fella?
How you doing now? Excuse me.
Oh, yeah, this is about to be bad. When it starts, let's get out of here.
Tell everyone to say hi.
Oh, it is gonna get out.
This guy has been following me since 23rd Street.
Literally.
What type of demonic shit is Ronald? What in heaven? Oh my.
There's stories on Catalina Island of giants, and I want to get to it, but one of the things when I was researching, because they used to have Native American remains that they would display, and a lot of the stories are like these ancient, they're burials that have been dug up. So they passed a law that makes it illegal to display Native American remains. But what is Native American?
Exactly.
And so now it's illegal to display what may or may not have been found.
Yeah, so that was the loop around that. We talked about that before, that law that came out that any Native American artifacts, they go back to the tribes with the exception of the Smithsonian. They're the only exceptions where they don't have to send back Native American artifacts.
They're villains.
Dude.
They're villains.
Okay, let me get into this story.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes.
I can't believe I can't believe we talked about this
a while ago. But
I can't believe that. That's insane. That's criminal.
Yeah.
Why in the world are pelicans falling out the sky in huge numbers? In this video, this girl was on live and she goes through almost the whole neighborhood and she shows what must be 100 pelicans fall right out of the sky. And coincidentally, not related whatsoever. Many people reported the sky looking like this around the same exact time. Not related, just I thought that was really cool. She also mentioned there was like a great lightning strike or like a blue light in the sky when all these pelicans went down. This is not like when those crows went down last time. These are giant birds.
Huge lightning that happened.
Let's put on our thinking hats for a minute. By the way, look at, there's just so freaking many. What in the world could look like a giant blue lightning and knock out pelicans up the sky? What could do that? And if you're feeling weird right now, look at this. This is the Schumann frequency from today at 12. I've never seen it, or it's very rare to see it this freaking crazy. So again, giant blue lightning, crazy Schumann frequency, and guess what else? More giant earthquakes. Unrelated completely, we had a massive 5.6 earthquake in Peru that caused crazy damage, landslides, and this happens to be like the 10th big earthquake in the last 5 or 6 days. I mean, look at this right here. It's just insane. And West Virginia's flooding. Yeah, I wonder, what could all this be?
So I'm here at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Now, you guys remember what happened earlier this year? Right here. We all know, right? Can anybody tell me where's the footage where the dude pulled up and blew himself up? Where's the footage right here? Because there's a camera right here and over there. Where's the footage? We haven't seen the aerial footage from that day. That Vegas has probably the most cameras besides China per square footage on Earth. And we don't have that footage from right there at all?
They have the footage. They just don't want the public to see it. Can you guess why?
50 Cent posted and deleted this video, but not before I saved it because I wanted to talk about it. So I'm going to play it for y'all so we can have that conversation.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. A stranger's addiction, and you let him find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the one. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Milk busted over everything. Days gone by, it's the biggest break of tangerine.
Real quick, if you think Jay-Z is innocent just because he's married to Beyonce, you're crazy. Just so y'all know, he really did post this. Like, I'm not crazy. I really want to know how people feel about this because this isn't the first time that 50 Cent has posted something outrageously crazy about the Diddy trial, but I haven't seen anything that actually included all the victims too. And when I was reading through the comments before they just like disappeared, I really was surprised. I thought I was going to be reading comments of people saying that how he was doing too much, it was insensitive, including who he did, but yeah, that was not the case at all. One thing that I have noticed, and this video low-key confirmed it for me, that the narrative or the viewpoint on the victims is they're not really being looked at as victims, more so as willing participants. I don't personally feel that way, but that's kind of like the main topic of discussion that I've been seeing lately. So how do y'all feel about that? I'm genuinely curious. I don't know why it got taken down. I don't know if he deleted it, if TikTok deleted it.
They weren't victims. They were willing participants because they were getting paid well to do those acts.
This guy, John Stewart Reed, he does what is called music medicine.
Uh-oh.
No, it's actually pretty cool.
Oh.
His father was a scientist. They were allowed access to the King's Chamber in the Pyramid of Giza.
Wow.
And you know the big box that's in there?
Sarcophagus.
Ooh. What they did was they put the that frequency reader that where you play a certain frequency and it makes a pattern.
Yeah.
They're reading the frequencies from the King's Chamber and they put it in the sarcophagus. And what it did was it formed different hieroglyphics.
Weird.
But he said something very strange happened. So years prior to that, he got in like a car accident, broke his back and had to have surgery. And so he lived with like chronic back pain. And he said after they did this experiment with the frequencies in the King's Chamber, his back never hurt again.
Oh my gosh.
And so he started studying it from the 80s.
Yeah.
And basically what he does, it's called music medicine. They take people with like diseases and chronic pain and they play certain frequencies. And he says their blood gets pumped full of more oxygen just from these frequencies.
Wow.
And it allows the healing process to happen quick.
Okay, so in Men in Black, they didn't read the New York Times. They read things like this, the National Enquirer, the Globe.
Hot sheets, best investigative reporting on the planet.
Best investigative reporting on the planet is what Kay said. Was that just a joke or maybe a warning hidden in plain sight? Okay, stay with me here, because here's the thing. Tabloids like Globe and National Enquirer, they may look totally ridiculous, but sometimes they bury real stories inside a swirl of nonsense. They take real things, black ops, underground labs, elite control systems, and smother them in exaggeration, just enough to discredit the whole entire thing. Why do they do this? Because if it's published somewhere, even a tabloid, they can later say, well, the public saw it. We put it out there. They just didn't take it seriously. So the question isn't just, is this true or false? So the question is, what are we really being shown through these articles? Sometimes the wildest lies are built to hide the quiet truth.
Those magazines could be distractions from, like she said, hiding the real truth. They're just trying to throw you off with the gossip.
The moment when we see people changing, be due by stress, by emotions that they have, because the mask is connected with their original skin and nervous system. That means if the reptilian is stressed on that moment, automatic nervous system creates a stress response, such as excitement, fear or anger. It means that the system have on that moment difficulty to keeping the pupils as a human and have a problem to sync with the human, and on that moment we have in a few seconds that we see the original eye of the reptilian. I can assure you all the shape-shiftings what you have already seen the last 20-40 years are real shape-shiftings from reptilians.
Imagine celebrating a military birthday parade and then expecting people to feel patriotic in a time of which they fear. The escalations with Iran should be seen as concerning to people, but yet people don't worry because they feel safe. And that's the problem. You're too comfortable feeling like we as a nation can't just be pulled right back into another useless war. To flaunt around our military equipment and act as if we should be excited or appreciative, when our nation's primary issues still have yet to even be resolved. Who doesn't love our leaders coming to the support of a group that's responsible for what so many of you don't consider to be a genocide? That military parade could have been amazing. It could have looked like what it did 40 to 50 years ago, but it didn't. And do you know why? Because one, people don't even have the time to spare to even want to stand there and watch all of these vehicles and troops that could potentially be sent overseas in a parade. And I hate to say this, but it wouldn't have been any different under any other person's leadership. We as the people all across the world should not want war. And the first step to that becoming a possibility is to hold those responsible for their actions. You should know exactly who that's directed to. See, over the course of the next couple of weeks, right, I will do everything that I possibly can to wake the people up, no matter what.
We have numerous active shooters going on right now in the United States. And no, I'm not talking about the rubber bullets by the police. I'm talking about actual shooters, like real bullets. I think there's like 6 people hit so far in Utah. Sorry, the video's so blurry. I can't really show you this stuff anyways, or not the explicit parts of it. And at the same exact time, that was Utah, at the same exact time, we're having an active shooter right now in Texas. Not to mention earlier today in Texas, they had to shut down the state capitol because they were saying that there were credible threats against lawmakers. This right here is who they're saying is the active shooter in Utah, and here is another picture right there. No idea what they may be motivated by. I hadn't been able to cover it today, but we have hundreds of thousands of people out in the United States. We have veterans getting beat up. We have conflict between the protesters and the cops. It's just absolute insanity. It's just absolute chaos all over the entire world, and I don't think it's going to get better. And the reason is we have one country that starts with an I telling the other country that starts with an I that tonight's going to be their last night. I'll let y'all figure out that one on your own.
This is insane. Something happened in Texas this week that should have made national headlines, but it didn't because we were all so focused on the military parade and Iran and Israel. But not only were 244 child sex offenders arrested, but 109 children were rescued during an investigation known as Operation Soteria Shield. And this thing was a massive months-long collaborative effort between 70 local law enforcement agencies and the FBI. It details like how these predators were luring in children, because it wasn't just through social media, but even through online gaming as well. And they suggest that these 244 could just be the tip of the iceberg, because during the operation, investigators seized extensive volumes of digital evidence, which they say may lead to the arrests of even more perpetrators. And I can't believe I missed this. So everyone should know 109 children were rescued this week and 244 predators have been caught. That is news right there.
Y'all, they caught the masked man who was dressed in police gear who went on that political shooting spree. His name was Vance Balter. He is 57 years old. After he did the crime and he went on a run, it took them 2 days. They went on a manhunt searching for this man. And they finally found him on a property in Greenough, Minnesota. Y'all, look at this. He had everything. Looked like a vest. He got the flashlight. He had the blickies. He had a mask on. This man looked like a hitman. Or he looked like the dude from Splinter Cell. Look at this video. This is the same dude. This the guy right here, y'all. So they say he was riding an SUV when he went on this hit. And ultimately they found the SUV and it was abandoned. But they said they found a list of names, y'all. All political figures. And they said it was like 70 people on that list. So this man had his hands full. He was trying to go down and get all of them. You just gotta ask yourself, did he really act alone? Was he a lone wolf in this? Or was someone behind the scenes training him for this? Because the way he did it, that's just like some military like I said, a hitman. And y'all saying he did it by himself? And he had all these names. He had everything mapped out. He knew where they lived. He knew what time they was going to be home. All of this. So this one man can do it by himself? I don't think so.
That's a little too close for comfort, lady.
Oh, damn.
What, you never seen a talking gargoyle before? Welcome to Illuminati headquarters. I mean, Denver International Airport.
This is awesome.
Hello? Do I know you?
Are you hungry?
Oh, I'm starving. You got anything for me? Those flowers look delicious.
Oh, it's because of a conspiracy.
Oh, it's because of the conspiracy. Look at me. I'm a little know-it-all. Will you get back over here? I got a question about this conspiracy. Did you have to buy an extra seat for your hat, sir? Sir, are you stealing a desk? Sir, you have resting, confused face. Animal or pet?
A caterpillar?
A caterpillar? Wouldn't you rather have a gargoyle?
No!
Yes. You know, you can actually put the phone down and have a conversation with me. But no, I'm a millennial. I've got to post it. I've got to snap face it and Twitter book it. Excuse me, miss, I've got a stain that needs some polishing. Can I borrow your cleaning cart?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh,
I need your help. Guess what my favorite food is?
what?
No, I want you to guess.
Human?
Cumin. Yes, I love cumin.
I said human.
Oh, I thought you said cumin. I'm a real big spice guy. Furry hat guy. I can't believe you are wearing one of my friends.
Hey, this isn't your friend.
It used to be until you put it on your head, man.
How old are you?
Well, 243 years old now. I look good for my age, don't I?
Yeah, work out.
All the time. You should see my squats.
You're such a sweet talker.
Will you take me back home with you?
Let's go. I have some space in my backpack.
Actually, I think you have too much baggage for me.
If this is for real, this is definitely creepy. And being that it's at the Denver airport, this is just going to ignite more conspiracies coming out of that airport.
This is one of the craziest and spooky videos that you're going to see all week. I'm not going to lie. I watched this one several times because, to be honest, it freaked me out. In just a moment, I'm going to show this clip, and it starts out like one that you have seen probably 1,000 times. The ones where these ladies, these girls set up their phone on the ground and they do some kind of dance video. It's everywhere. This young lady, she sets her phone up. She's on like a dock that's out on a lake. And she sets her phone up on the dock, and unfortunately, it falls over and goes into the water. But what happens next is bone chilling. What it captures in the water is the thing nightmares are made of. Watch closely, pay attention, and I've slowed it down. I've looped it a couple times. It's a quick video, but you can clearly see what looks like, I think, an old man's face. Some kind of face appears out of the darkness in the water. It's pretty clear. Watch it. Let me know in the comments what you think. And if you have any evidence you'd like to share, my email is listed in my bio. Have a great day. God bless. Check this out.
What if I told you that the moon is not actually a solid rock, but it is some sort of projection being reflected off of our firmament, and that it's not a solid object? First, let's get into the mainstream idea of what the moon actually is. So the moon is 238,000 miles away, and it's a solid rock in outer space that's orbiting around our Earth. And for some reason, it is just so shiny. In fact, it doesn't even make sense, because if you put light on a sphere, the law of reflection makes the light contained in one spot. It doesn't create crescent shapes like the moon. And isn't it just a bit fishy what the Earth looks like from the moon? So did we really land on the moon? Especially if it's not some solid object and it's actually completely transparent throughout the day. How can you see stars through the moon? How can you see the sky behind the moon if it's a solid rock outside of our own atmosphere, meaning it would be in the empty void of space? But Cameron, how could the moon possibly be a reflection? Well, check this out. If you mirror the image of the moon, you can actually fit the entire United Nations flat Earth map on that part of the moon. And you can fit the tropics, the equator, and everything else. Not only that, but the Prague astronomical clock, I believe it's in the Czech Republic, actually depicts this. So isn't that absolutely insane that this was built hundreds of years ago, but it's showing a moon map? That's absolutely insane. But of course, this is a conspiracy theory. I'm making all of it up, and I know for a fact that the moon is in outer space. Why wouldn't it be?
Kanye West admitted that he sacrificed his own mother, and now he's exposing everyone in Hollywood who did the same. Kanye has always been seen as someone who stirs up controversy. At least that's what they've been trying to make you believe for years. The truth is, Kanye was too powerful. His musical talent was on another level, beyond anyone else, and that didn't sit well with a lot of people. So there was only one way to bring him down, make him suffer, and make him look like a fool in front of the public and the whole world. Kanye lost his mother in 2007, and he's not the only one.
My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand? Yeah. I'm appreciative. Michael Jordan, what about him? His dad, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
If we go back to the death of his mother, Donda, officially, she died from complications after surgery. But then why is the surgeon saying something different?
The doctor had nothing to do with his mom's death. Donda West survived the surgery very well. She was at home.
That means something shady went down afterward. And everyone knows that since Kanye lost his mom, he completely lost it. He was put in a psychiatric hospital. He started saying more and more controversial stuff that I can't even repeat here. And things have gotten even worse with all the crazy things he's been posting on Twitter. He used to say that
they can't control me.
But honestly, I don't think the real Kanye exists anymore. The person we see now is just there to destroy the image Kanye built, and I really believe they succeeded. That's not Kanye anymore.
Kanye West says a lot of things off the cuff, but I wonder what he's saying this time has any merit to it.
If there's anything this TikTok trend has taught me, it's the fact that there are way more abandoned stores out there than I ever even thought possible. This TikTok slideshow that I got tagged in first starts off with an image of Schuett's Market down in Illinois, and several images of the inside of the store, clearly not in great shape. So back in 2018, the Schuett family filed for bankruptcy, obviously causing them to lose their store. Instead of moving all of the perishable items out though, they just left it there for approximately 11 days. At first, nobody really noticed anything until the stench of rotting meat and dairy started permeating the area. Even worse, there was a business in the same building, Family Care Pharmacy, that attempted to block the smell out with a bunch of air fresheners. However, that did not work at all. After people really started complaining about the smell though, eventually it was cleaned up, but it wasn't an easy process figuring out who was responsible. If you guys find these interesting, definitely keep tagging me in these because I find them fascinating as well.
Shouldn't the owners of the store that declared bankruptcy be responsible for that?
One of them was in his state trooper uniform. You guys, this happened last month and I didn't hear a damn thing about it. Why is this stuff not screamed from the rooftops on news outlets? 205 people. Offenders arrested in a 5-day crackdown. Minneapolis, Minnesota, a state trooper and Army reservist was arrested for producing material of a young child while wearing his uniform. Norfolk, Virginia, an illegal immigrant from Mexico is accused of transporting a minor across state lines for Washington, D.C., a former MPD police officer previously convicted for trafficking was again arrested for doing the same damn thing. He's accused of trafficking additional young victims while on a supervised release. Who was supervising him? In Louisville, Kentucky, 2 teachers charged in separate incidences after alleged misconduct and students involving inappropriate communications and behavior. Back in April, they arrested more than 190 perpetrators in crimes against children, with nearly 400 arrests in 1 month. Bring more attention to these people who are trafficking children. This is the type of news I want to see. I want to see these names and people blasted across the media.
Something in my gut is telling me that things are about to take a crazy turn. So we all know Israel attacked Iran, and Iran retaliated on Israel. Iran gave US, the UK, and France all a warning, saying if y'all aid Israel, y'all gonna meet the same fate they're gonna meet. And Donald Trump didn't like when he heard that. So he put this out on his Truth Social. He said the US had nothing to do with the attacks in Iran tonight. If we are attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and the might of the US armed forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. However, we can easily get a deal done between Iran and Israel and end the bloody conflict. Now, knowing Iran, they probably ain't gonna take this lightly either. But I just feel like there are darker days ahead of us, y'all. So everybody stay prayed up, because these times is uncertain.
In 2019, this posting was uploaded to Craigslist by a man stating he's willing to pay $150 to bathe in people's septic tanks in Jacksonville, Alabama. It ended up being one of the strangest and most grotesque ads posted on Craigslist at the time. The ad read, "I pay to enter your septic tank for an hour at a time. Some might judge me for this, but it's what I enjoy. I will pay you $150 an hour to bring my equipment in and gain access to your septic tank. I then have my associate close the tank after I have set my tripod and camera up. Believe it or not, it's a great place to reflect." Strangely enough, someone took the man up on his offer, because not long after this post, multiple videos surfaced online of the man in a latex suit submerging himself in the septic tank that was full of waste. Some people speculated that the person in the video was a man named Gary Moody, who was arrested twice for hiding in the waste tanks of public toilets. The first time he was arrested in 2005 was because a woman using the restroom at a national park spotted Moody in the waste tank beneath the toilet. He claimed he had dropped his wedding ring and was trying to retrieve it. The second time was in 2011, when a 9-year-old boy waiting to use the restroom noticed that the toilet had been pulled out and was lying on the floor. He saw a man pop out of the hole leading to the waste tank. After a few minutes, a completely wet man, Gary Moody, exited the restroom and told the boy he was retrieving his shirt, which he claimed had fallen into the vault. Although it can't be confirmed that the man in the septic video is Gary Moody, a connection can be made because his second arrest in 2011 is around the same time the first septic tank video was uploaded to the internet, which was in 2012. This next video is a video I recorded late one night when I decided to explore an abandoned street named Holton Avenue, where a 26-year-old woman named Jessica Coleman was found dead with gunshot wounds.
Well, this is the look on all the celebs' face today after finding out that a very famous rapper's name was kept secret in the Diddy trial today. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure Jay-Z is giving a big thumbs up. And I'm sure Jenny from the block is somewhere whooping it up as well, because today, when a witness mentioned a very famous rapper who was involved in a Las Vegas incident, the judge blocked this name from being shared after the prosecution pushed for this name to be hidden. The weird thing is that Diddy's team is the one who actually wanted this famous rapper's name outed, but Maureen Comey, who is working for the prosecution, basically the government is the one who wants to keep these names hidden. And Maureen Comey is the same person who was involved with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial involving the Jeffrey Epstein files, and she also pushed to keep those names redacted to hide and potentially protect some of those names that were in those documents. Well, the same thing is happening in this trial. Just like they won't give us the Epstein file, they're also saying you don't get to know the whole story here either.
Crazy little girl.
Interesting enough, now he's not a rapper, but Mr. P. Diddy's friend Ashton Kutcher has been awfully quiet lately. Does anybody know where Mr. Kutcher is?
Someone's an after party tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Because somebody please explain to me why he can go in front of Congress and start a whole organization and talk to the government about how against trafficking he is and how much he hates it. But then, when it's his good buddy of many years that's on trial for that same exact thing, crickets. Absolute silence from Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, and I'm sure that if they could write a character letter for P. Diddy, they probably would. And honestly, I shouldn't say if they could, I should say if they had to, because what did Danny Masterson know about them that they had to write those character letters for him during his trial? And what does Diddy know about him that he's not coming forward and saying anything about how this is wrong? Really makes me wonder what he may be hiding here. Anybody else? Anyway, it does make you wonder, whose names do you think are being withdrawn? Who was he around a lot? Who was named in other lawsuits pertaining to him? I don't know, just makes you wonder.
Ashton Kutcher is definitely being outed, but who do you think the rapper that they're hiding is? Do you think it's Jay-Z? I would bet it's probably Jay-Z. And why are they hiding this? Why are they hiding all these powerful people that committed these crimes?
Ghislaine Maxwell said in court that she was a citizen of Terramar because she didn't want to say that she was a citizen of the United States. A citizen of the United States, you are not a free person. My first video on the Terramar project got taken down, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to make a series on this. And then today, I got back at it. I got back on my feet. And one of the first things I learned was the difference between being an American national and being a citizen of the United States. A citizen of the United States means that you are basically an employee to the U.S. corporation. Everybody's saying that our constitutional rights are being violated and all of these things. We don't have the constitutional rights that we all think we have. Because since 1871, when Washington, D.C. came into play, we all became citizens of the United States. So when you go to court and you say that you are a citizen of the United States, there are things that can be done to you in court that would not be allowed if you were an American national. As an American national, you have a different Bill of Rights, you have a different constitution, and they look almost identical, but there are some word changes in there. And if you put S in front of word, it spells sword. We are being played by words. Our freedom has been taken by words. When you go to apply for a passport, there are 2 different passport slips. One of them, which I'm going to be doing this pretty soon, is that actually immediately, as soon as possible. One passport slip is for if you no longer wish to be a part of the corporation of the United States, this is what you need to fill out. And once you're approved and given that passport, then you become an American national, a free person. My series is back on. My series is back on. I can't wait.
Have you ever heard of water cremation? It's the scariest process.
Is it literally like jet-powered water, like piercing through your body?
I would assume.
It's like getting pressure washed.
I watched this whole video yesterday, and she's like presenting like a sales pitch, and it's like water cremation. Basically, your body would take years to decompose in the ground. We can do it in 4 to 5 hours, and it's just this giant metal tank, and they just put the body in there. She's like, and it's sanitary. I'm like, well, who cares about that? He's dead. It looks like a cylinder kind of thing, like a giant washing machine almost.
Like a rock tumbler.
Yeah. But they open it and it's just your bones.
They literally like pressure wash you off of your bone.
It's a pressure cooker. That's what it is.
It's probably heating up too, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, the smell.
They take your bones and then they grind them up to where that gets placed in an urn. And she's like, and it's different. Our water cremation, you're left with a really nice white dust.
Pure white bone.
So wait, they're giving you only the bones back?
Yeah, grounded up bones.
I don't understand that. Like, what's the essence of taking the person with you? Like, all of them, or just the bones is what you keep?
Death doesn't scare me. It's the way of being buried or not cremated.
Wake up, friends. Now, I wasn't gonna snap at you, but look at this. This was a storm that hit Texas around June 6th, capable of producing hail and tornadoes. Now, listen to me. The hail that falls today is nothing like the hail that fell yesterday. Yesterday, it was golf ball, tennis ball, quarter-size hail. Today is cantaloupe size. They clumped together. A lot is happening. This is also in Texas. This is a 2-mile wide tornado. 2 miles wide. This is also in Texas, a water spout. They had a vortex spin like that of an EF4 tornado. A water spout. Them the tornadoes is on the water. And it was like an EF4. Wildfires. Texas. What is going on? Now I can tell you right now, when the Industrial Revolution popped off, that's where we really started messing up the thing. But what's also contributing to it is in Texas, there has been weather modification since the 90s, okay? I know that we just found out about it, but since the 90s. And that's where they go and spray that silver iodide in the sky, and it helps it to rain down on the land. But what happens when you mix that with the natural warming of the planet, the human contribution, and now we spraying chemicals in the sky to make it rain? I mean, Tornado Alley is now starting to shift a little more east because of the weather change. Friends, I can't say for sure what's going on. I'm not a meteorologist, I'm not no weatherman, but what I can say is something is happening and they're not telling us the truth about it. Anyway, friends, I really hope I ain't got y'all up in too much of a tears, and I'm gonna call you back later on, okay? Bye.